farmers, makers, and bakers market and community gathering. Come hang out. To reserve your space, visit artesiamainstreet.com/oil patch market. Applications are now being accepted for the 2025-26 Head Start program school year. If your child is 3 or 4 years old, he or she may be eligible for Head Start. Registration is Monday through Thursday, 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Appointments available if necessary. You can register at the Artesia Head Start, 504 West Gage, or the Carlsbad Head Start at 1915 San Jose Boulevard. To have your event listed on the KSVP community calendar, email calendar@ksvpradio.com. Please let us know at least 1 week in advance.
This is KSVP and K229 AS Artesia.
This hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. The Texas Democrats who forced a halt to legislative business when they fled the state could face arrest, and Governor Greg Abbott says they could lose their jobs. The Democrats left to protest redrawn congressional maps that Republicans say reflect the will of the voters. Their absence blocks a vote on those maps. Meanwhile, in California, Democrats have concocted a redistricting plan of their own.
The proposal comes in direct response to plans by Texas Republicans to redraw that state's congressional map, one backed by President Trump, that could add 5 Republicans to the U.S. House.
California will not sit by idly and watch this democracy waste away.
Governor Gavin Newsom.
We'll fight fire with fire. We'll assert ourselves.
The map aims to boost the Democratic margin from 43 to 48 seats out of California's 52 congressional districts. But in California, such a plan would need approval from voters as well as lawmakers.
The ultimate test of transparency is what voters will decide on.
I'm Ben Thomas.
Russia declares itself no longer bound by a self-imposed moratorium on the deployment of nuclear-capable intermediate-range missiles.
The Russian Foreign Ministry had on Monday linked the decision to efforts by the US and its allies to develop intermediate-range weapons and preparations for their deployment in Europe and elsewhere. The ministry didn't say what specific moves the Kremlin might take, but President Vladimir Putin has previously announced that Moscow was planning to deploy its new Oreshnik missiles on the territory of its neighbor and ally Belarus this year. I'm Charles Diladesma.
Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu says he'll convene his security cabinet to decide the next step of the war in Gaza. Netanyahu has hinted at stepped-up military action in Gaza. On Wall Street, ahead of this morning's opening bell, stock futures are modestly higher. The Dow futures up 2 points, NASDAQ futures ahead 71. Townhall.com.
If you're living with pain, see how Relief Factor can help.
I'm an artist and I'm in my studio. I listen to the radio all day and I'm hearing the ads about Relief Factor. And I've got pain in my neck and it's getting worse. And I'm thinking, well, I'm going to go ahead and order this. 2 weeks later, I've got much better range of motion. If you're experiencing pain at a certain point in life, I would get Relief Factor.
Fight pain naturally with Relief Factor. Go to relieffactor.com and get your 3-week quick start today. Only $19.95.
Now there's a new way to take charge of your blood sugar. Introducing New Garlic Healthy Blood Sugar Formula from the makers of the nation's best-selling garlic supplement. New Garlic helps maintain healthy blood sugar levels with clinically supported levels of garlic, plus a custom blend of vitamins and minerals, and it's odor-free. Take charge of your blood sugar with New Garlic Healthy Blood Sugar Formula. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Use as directed.
GOP Congresswoman Nancy Mace running for governor of South Carolina, hitching her campaign to Donald Trump.
Mace has entered a GOP primary in which competition for President Trump's endorsement is expected to be fierce. She joins at least 3 other Republicans in the race for South Carolina governor. Mace calls herself Trump in high heels and has largely supported the president since 2016, although she criticized him following the January 6th riots and violence at the U.S. Capitol. Greg Clugston, Washington.
Brazil's Supreme Court has ordered the house arrest of former President Jair Bolsonaro. He's on trial for an alleged coup plot after losing the 2022 election. Prosecutors accuse Bolsonaro of heading a criminal organization that plotted to overturn the election, including plans to kill President Lula and a Supreme Court justice. News and analysis at townhall.com. All of the major Las Vegas Strip casinos now unionized, defying a national trend.
For 25 years, the Venetian Hotel and Casino resisted organizing efforts as one of the last holdouts on the Vegas Strip, locked in a prolonged standoff with the Culinary Workers Union. But a recent change in ownership opened the Venetian's doors to union representation, just as the Strip's newest casino, the Fontainebleau, was also inking its first labor contract. The historic deal finalized late last year marked a major turning point. For the first time in the Culinary Union's 90-year history, all major casinos on the Strip are unionized. The union's success on the Strip is a notable exception in a national landscape where union membership overall is declining. Bernie Bennett reporting.
The strike by several thousand Boeing machinists is into its second day. That walkout affects Boeing's manufacture of military aircraft and weapon systems. The strikers had rejected a contract proposal offering a 20% wage hike over 4 years. More on these stories at townhall.com.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Peyton Yates. Mr. Yates was just awarded the Distinguished Eagle Scout Award from BSA. This is in recognition of Mr. Yates' contributions as an Eagle Scout, his continued support of Scouting, and his contributions to the Artesia community through his work and philanthropic efforts. Less than 2,000 Distinguished Eagle Scout Awards have ever been presented, so Peyton, we congratulate you on receiving this award. Today, Peyton, you're going to receive a flower from Nels Floral and KSVP. Today's KSVIP Distinguished Eagle Scout Peyton Yates.
Good morning, Artesia. It is Tuesday, August 5th, and I'm your host, Scott Pettis. Man, so glad to be back with all of you today. Hey, lots on our calendar for today, or on our schedule for today. We've got the hospital coming in this hour. Of course, 8 o'clock hour belongs to our chamber. We'll hear what they've got going on around town. And then in the 9 o'clock hour, of course, talk to Aaron Irving and the Eddy County DWI, and probably talk a little bit about the National Night Out as my guest. So glad to be with you. Let's start the day off right, as I always like to do, with a little bit of scripture. I landed this morning in Luke 9, and in the words of Christ. He says this beginning of verse 23. And he said to all, if any would come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross daily and follow me. For whoever would save his life will lose it, but whoever loses his life for my sake will save it. For what does it profit a man if he gains the whole world and loses or forfeits himself? For whoever is ashamed of me and of my words, of him will the Son of Man be ashamed when he comes in his glory, and the glory of the Father and of the holy angels. I'm always amazed, dumbfounded a bit by the statement of, well, what in the world's happened to these kids these days? I just don't understand what's happening with these kids these days. It's almost as if we often operate under this assumption that what happened to a generation of children and why they think the way they do, why they view the world the way they do, the way they live, the way they walk in their daily lives is somehow happened in the absence of our influence, of previous generational influence. I don't care if you're 2 or 3 generations removed from the kids you're talking about, how you've walked in your life, how you've lived, how you've seen, and how you've understood the world, and the work and influence you've done in the world informs what happens to future generations. And I can say that with absolute certitude. This nation was founded upon what we would call Puritan ideals, right? The Puritans and the Pilgrims were the early settlers of this country. They came with a vision toward a country, a land in which God is honored first and above and foremost in all. That every aspect of life would be lived under the headship of Christ, under the lordship of Christ. But it didn't take about 2 generations for that to falter. Even the Christians of that early era that held so tightly to Christ and how he commanded us to live, allowed it to fall within a couple of generations. They didn't pass on a generational faith. And though I don't know the exact reasons of the fall, I can point to a number of things, the Enlightenment being one of the things that greatly influenced and affected. But I think the answer we find lies right there in our scriptures today, our words from Christ himself. What does it profit a man if he gains the whole world and loses himself? If we don't see the generational nature of what our faith should be, if we just wholly focus on ourselves and go, yeah, I follow after Christ, but I've got to go over here. I've got to pursue these goals. I got to pursue this thing. I got to pursue that. And I don't put a whole lot of effort into the next generation, the generation after that, and the generation after that. Believe me, every single one of us teaching our children, raising our children, are failing and faltering in some area or aspect of that work that God's given us to do. But I think probably one of the greater failures is the failure of the multi-generational household in which we go, okay, I raised my kids, I let them off, now they got to go raise theirs, and then I'm going to go pursue my retirement, I'm going to pursue my travels, I'm going to pursue, as if we've retired from parenting. That's not a thing. That's not how this is supposed to work. What we did, and I can look at it in the past 50 to 70 years, really, what we've done is we've handed off all of our responsibilities in the household to professionalism, right? We've created a society where, well, there's a professional handle that, a professional handle that, professional handle that. If my children are struggling emotionally, well, I've got therapists I can send them to, and well, I want them to know the Bible, but I don't know it very well, so I'm gonna hand them off to a professional over here, at the church, and they'll take care of that for me. That's not the nature of how God designed the world to be in any way, shape, or form. From the day we become parents till the day we die, our responsibility is all those generations that come after us. Handing it off to the world and believing that the world is going to solve those problems for us in all aspects is a failure of dying to ourselves. When we come to Christ, we're to die to ourselves. That means we're to die to our needs and our wants, and we're supposed to turn to the community of Christ and put all of ourselves into that life. Following after Christ, growing generational faith, wealth, and all that. It either comes or it doesn't. That's not what our goal is. I always think back, and I think one of the greatest misnomers that we function under as a society is, well, I want my children to be better off than I am. Well, I as if they're some kind of entity that we can just train up and send out in the world by themselves and let them go. No. Probably, to the chagrin of my children, they will never be out of my sight, out of my care, out of my want and desire to lead them and guide them and direct them and their children after them, if God so sees fit for me to live that long. But I just want to encourage people, think about that concept of dying to self, right? Put away those thoughts and ideas that will somehow our wants and desires in this world somehow trump or come over what our responsibilities are in Christ. Take up your cross daily, it says. Every single day you take up your cross and you realize that this life is a life of sacrifice. And then that sacrifice, of course, goes first and foremost to Christ, and then after that, our family. We used to be a country, and I grew up, God, family, country, God, family, country. And I think that's a wonderful way to understand it. And so as you labor day to day to day, why are you doing it? What are you doing it for? Is it moving forward your faith into the next generation? Or are you just crossing your fingers and hoping and praying that somehow everything's going to turn out all right? Don't just trust in dumb luck. No, we have to labor in it every single day, and that includes the faith and life of our children and our children's children and their generations after that. Build up a legacy of faithful Christians. I think the Puritans had a lot right, but somewhere, and I would love to know where there was a failure of passing on that generational commitment to Christ and to His world and how we should live in it. So that's my encouragement today, folks, is turn to Scripture, look at it, and just go look up, what does the Bible have to say about dying to self, and you're going to find a number of places where that's just repeated over and over and over again. Our life as Christians is to be self-sacrificial, and not just for the here and now, but for those generations that come after us. All right, well, let's check in on the weather. We'll come back with our calendars.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Pretty hot over the next couple of days. High pressure is parked over northeastern New Mexico, and that'll hang around for a while. We're headed for about 100 to 105 for the afternoon high today, and we get sunshine. It'll be clear overnight. We'll cool off to about 70, and then around 105 for the afternoon high on Wednesday and Thursday. We get sunshine both days. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Look at those temperatures. Hobbs 101, Roswell 105, Roswell, Carlsbad, and Artesia a high of 105 degrees. Summer has shown up just in time for it to end. So it's going to be a warm week. 105 today, tomorrow, and then into the weekend. It's a warm one. So no precipitation in sight, it looks like, but it's still a beautiful day out there. So make the most of that last 2 days of summer vacation, kids, because that's where we're at. Hey, looking at our calendars. Artesia Public Schools, there's no meals today or tomorrow, but they would like to let everybody know that the Artesia Public School District announced today it will be operating under the Community Eligibility Program, and what that means is that schools that are qualified to operate CEP, Artesia Public Schools included, they will serve breakfast and lunch to all children at no charge. So no more filling out applications for free, reduced, or paid, or paying for student meals. The school system will be serving free breakfast and lunch to all children. And let's see what's going on over at the meal site today. At the meal site, they'll be serving beef tacos with pinto beans and Spanish rice and pineapple chunks. At the senior center today, what do we got? Exercise video at 8:15, hand, knee, and foot at 9, line dancing at 9:30 today, 2 o'clock poker, and go play your poker on Tuesdays. And for those interested, don't forget tomorrow at 9 a.m. 9 a.m. is the advisory council meeting for everybody that's involved with that. Library doesn't have any special events during the day today, but they do highlight that tonight they'll be at the National Night Out, which is this evening in the Starbucks parking lot. We'll hear more about that when we talk to Eddy County DWI. And birthdays today: Penny Taylor, Murdoch Juntia, Ruben De La Rosa, Kathy Eiler, Edwin Clark, Jimmy Scott. And I'd like to wish a very special birthday to the young man in the room next to me that's learning to produce this radio show and working here at the radio station. Turning 16 today is my young son, Mikhail Pettis, and I'd like to wish him a very, very happy birthday.
Sometimes that dog barking is an Artesia Bulldog preparing for victory. Most of the time, however, it's probably just the family pet asking for attention. Artesia Animal Clinic provides a full range of services for just about any size pet or animal. Our new clinic has been expanded to provide better quality of care, including an in-house laboratory, radiology, surgery, herd health, and more. So the next time your pet looks like they could use some extra care, come by Artesia Animal Clinic in our newly remodeled and expanded facility at 110 West Mahone Drive.
Air Method's Native Air Emergency Air Medical Program has been serving New Mexico communities for over 20 years. And now we're proud to bring our life-saving air medical services to Eddy County, based at Artesia General Hospital. Air Methods is the largest air medical provider in the country, with experienced flight crews who lead the industry in key critical life-saving skills. If you need our services, you're in good hands. Worried about costs? The No Surprises Act protects patients from unexpected out-of-network air ambulance bills. This means that if you have private health insurance and are transported by an out-of-network air ambulance provider, you are only responsible for your in-network copay, coinsurance, or deductible. No membership required when you fly with Native Air. Learn more at airmethods.com. That's airmethods.com. Copays, coinsurance, and deductibles are set by insurance providers, not Air Methods. Terms and costs may vary. Contact your insurer for details.
Good morning, this is Smiley Wooten at the Roswell Livestock Auction. 604 head of cattle sold on Monday on a steady to higher market with excellent buyer attendance compared to last week, and on limited receipts. Stocker calves sold steady to 5 higher, feeder cattle steady to 3 higher, packer cows and bulls steady to $5 higher, 3 to 400 pound steers $5, $5.15. 3 to 400 pound heifers, $4.50, $4.65. 4 to 500 pound steers, $4.07, $5. 4 to 500 pound heifers, $3.85, $4.50. 5 to 600 pound steers, $3.85, $4.07. 5 to 600 pound heifers, $3.72, $3.85. 6 700 pound steers, $3.62, $3.85. 6 700 pound heifers, $3.47, $3.72. 7 800 pound steers, $3.32, $3.62. 7 800 pound heifers, $3.08, $347. Packer cows 175 to 189. Canner and cutter cows 150, 160. Packer bulls 190, 203. Feeder bulls 170, 180. Top half the cow calf pairs $3,000 to $3,550 per pair. Top half the bred cows $2,800 to $3,250 per head. We do appreciate the business, and we'll talk to you next Monday morning. This is Smiley Wooten, Roswell Livestock.
All right, Artesia. Hey, let's jump into our pile of flyers here and see what's going on around town. And first up is Artesia resident Steve Bettis is going through a heart transplant procedure and is asking for the community to help his family cover travel and hotel expenses as they go back and forth to Baylor University Medical Center in Dallas. A medical fund has been established at First American Bank in Artesia. If you would wish to contribute, you can donate to the Steve and Yolanda Bettis Medical Fund at First American Bank in Artesia. Don't forget, traveling dumpsters from July 25th through August 10th, so about 5 more days. That dumpster, big dumpster, you can go dump your large trash and stuff that you can't put on the curb or next to the dumpsters because the city can't pick it up that way. You can take it down to Harvest Fellowship all the way through August 10th, and then that thing's going to move over to the corner of Grand and 13th behind the APS storage building. So if you're doing that, I guess it'll be a very late spring cleanup, but at the end of the summer, cleaning everything up, trying to get rid of some big trash and stuff, take that on over there and drop it off. National Night Out here in Artesia is tonight, Tuesday, August 5th, from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the Starbucks parking lot. Going to be tons of stuff out there, games, prizes, hot dogs, and a dunking booth. And so we'll hear from the Eddy County DWI folks at the end of the show today, and they'll tell us more about that. Vitalant, August 2025, $10 for all, and 3 will win $10,000. So if you donate between August 1st through 28th, you're going to get a $10 reward gift card. Plus, you'll be entered in a chance to win one of 3 $10,000 gift cards. Enough to buy gas for a year, it says. So get in there today and let's look at their calendar and when's the next blood drive available. That would be today, August 5th, from 11 to 2:30 in Carlsbad at the Eddy County Community Building, which is it's actually at the Southeastern New Mexico College in room 102. Room 102 at the college there in Carlsbad, 11 to 2:30. Go give blood. Get $10 gift card and entered for a chance to win $10,000. The next food distribution provided by United Way will be in Carlsbad and Artesia this Friday. In Carlsbad at 9 a.m. at Epworth Methodist Church, and here in Artesia starting at 8 a.m. at West Main Baptist. Oh, excuse me. Let's see, the Artesia Educational Retirees are going to hold their next monthly meeting this Friday, August 8th at 11:30 a.m. at the Artesia Public Schools Administration Boardroom. It's a lunch meeting with the program and a short business meeting. All APS retirees are invited to attend. Join them for information regarding the start of the new school year. Bulldogs. The Artesia high school football players are putting on their Bulldog football drills and skills camp this Friday, August 8th, from 7 to 8:30 p.m. at Bulldog Bowl. Registration is from 6:30 to 7. This is for students in kindergarten through 5th grade. Cost is $25, and you get a free T-shirt. The Altrusa Bingo Night coming up this Saturday, August 9th, at First Christian Church. Doors open at 3, game starts at 4, so that's at 1006 West Bullock Avenue here in Artesia. Gather your family and friends and fellow bingo enthusiasts for an evening of thrilling games, fabulous prizes, and unforgettable memories. Carlsbad's holding their National Night Out this Saturday, August 9th, at the Carlsbad Beach Bandshell. Free food and drinks, jumpers, games, face painting, raffles and giveaways, and a 5K walk run. You can connect with your community, come out and meet your first responders, learn how they're all working together to keep Eddy County strong and safe. The Wonders on Wheels Mobile Museum, a division in New Mexico Department of Cultural Affairs, is touring the exhibit, 8 Sites, 1 History. Explore the past at New Mexico Historic Sites. On Saturday, August 9th, from 9 a.m. to noon, the Mobile Museum will be at the Carlsbad Downtown Farmers Market. Visitors of all ages can participate in hands-on learning activities, and this event is free and open to the public. Don't forget, this Saturday, Artesia Main Street Oil Patch Market. Let's see, it goes from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. this month. I checked because they've shifted the times a little bit. So it's an evening market, Saturday night, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Farmers, makers, and bakers and market, community gathering, come hang out. And if you're interested in being a vendor at that event, you can go to artesiamainstreet.com and get more information about signing up for that. The Roadrunner Food Bank is holding a listening session, Food in Your Community, here in Artesia, Wednesday, August 13th. And that'll be at the Artesia Main Street building, 510 West Main Street. You can register now by calling 505-349-5344. They're going to be talking about, they're looking for feedback, important issues around food facing in the community, food problems here in the community, services, program, and resources you would like to see implemented. So if you'd like to get involved in that with the Roadrunner Food Bank, you can call that number 505-349-5344 to be a part of that. The Artesia Quarterback Club is now currently selling tickets for their annual hamburger fry for $5 each. The hamburger fry will be held during the scrimmage at Bulldog Bowl on Thursday, August 14th from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. You may purchase tickets from a Quarterback Club member, or they may also be purchased there at the scrimmage. Don't forget the Wall of Honor applications for the Veterans Wall up at Beisch Veterans Park. Those applications, if you got a veteran in your family or you yourself are a veteran and would like to get the name on the wall up there, those deadlines have been extended to August 15th. You can locate applications at artesiamainstreet.com and then turn them in there at their building at 510 West Main Street. Saturday, August 16th, they'll be having an Eagle Draw Community Mural dedication. And so if you'd like to be part of that, so go dedicate that new memorial, which is really cool. It'll be at 10 a.m. at J.J. Clark Drive between 13th and 15th. And you can come celebrate the new community mural that everybody participated in. All right, well, let's take a quick commercial break, and we'll come back and we'll finish up this pile.
Now for your Pecos Valley news updates, I'm Jared Cirillo. If you live in Lincoln County and were affected by severe storms, flooding, and mudslides that began June 23rd, you may be eligible for assistance from FEMA for uninsured losses. If you have already applied for FEMA help, a home inspection may be required to verify damage. The information gathered during the inspection is one of several criteria used by FEMA to determine whether applicants are approved for federal assistance. Within 10 days of submitting the application, a FEMA inspector may contact applicants to schedule an appointment. New Mexico's farmers, ranchers, and food security organizations are facing severe consequences due to federal funding freezes and agency layoffs. Despite court rulings ordering the release of obligated federal funds, critical projects remain stalled. That's leading to layoffs, mounting debt, and halted conservation work ahead of an expected hot and dry season. In fiscal year 24, New Mexico received close to $430 million in federal funding to support food, agriculture, and conservation programs. The federal cuts may force the state to absorb significant additional costs. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo.
Lowell's Pharmacy. We're called the Family Pharmacy.
You and your family getting all the things you need, where personal service is always guaranteed. Prescriptions filled faster with dependability. That is why we're called the Family Pharmacy.
You know, at Lowell's Pharmacy, we love being known as the Family Pharmacy. Now, we're not going to change the sign outside or repaint the building, but we are going to keep on doing the little things that have earned us the reputation of being your family pharmacy. Lowell's Pharmacy, with personal service and, of course, prescriptions a specialty.
And that is why we're called the Family Pharmacy.
Lowell's Pharmacy, 612 North 13th, across from the hospital in the Artesia Professional Building. Lowell's Pharmacy.
You need to sign a legal agreement. It's filled with words you don't know and all that slippery terminology. You just want to sign and be done with it, but stop right there. Try using AI first. I'm Kim Commando for Total AV, award-winning antivirus software for just $19 for the first year, right now at protectwithkim.com. I personally think you should always read every page of any legal agreement, whether it be signing the terms and conditions of a new tech product or buying a car. That said, AI can be a great tool in the process. Just upload the legal doc as a PDF into ChatGPT, Gemini, or Claude. Ask the chatbot to act as a lawyer, read the doc, and offer up an explanation of what you're signing as if you're in the 8th grade. Then dig into the weeds. Ask that chatbot, what are my responsibilities or obligations? What are the gotchas, the penalties for terminating this contract? But always remember, send that contract to a bona fide lawyer if it's high stakes. Get my newsletter at getkim.com. Cybercrime is on the rise, and hackers are getting smarter every day. From phishing scams to ransomware attacks, criminals are after your devices and your money. So how do you fight back? One of the best defenses is solid antivirus software. Blocks suspicious websites and stops hackers before they can do any damage. A healthy dose of skepticism when opening emails or clicking links doesn't hurt either. But for the antivirus help you need, I trust and recommend Total AV. They update you in real time, keeping you protected from the latest threats. Go to protectwithkim.com now and get Total AV for just $19 for the first year. It covers up to 5 devices, including Windows, Macs, and smartphones. That's protectwithkim.com. Don't wait until it's too late. Your security matters. Get protected now. Go to protectwithkim.com for my exclusive deal with Total AV. Just $19 for the first year. That's protectwithkim.com. Protectwithkim.com. Protectwithkim.com.
Turpin & Son Mortuary of Artesia presents a listing of today's obituaries. We have no new obituaries and no reminders. This listing has been presented as a service by Turpin & Son Mortuary of Artesia. We make it personal.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Pretty hot over the next couple of days. High pressure is parked over northeastern New Mexico, and that'll hang around for a while. We're headed for about 100 to 105 for the afternoon high today, and we get sunshine. It'll be clear overnight. We'll cool off to about 70, and then around 105 for the afternoon high on Wednesday and Thursday. We get sunshine both days. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
All right, welcome back, Artesia. Hey, we're joined in studio now by Artesia General Hospital. Kush, welcome back.
Thank you. It's good
Always
to be back.
Good to see you.
Always.
You didn't bring me any cinnamon rolls this morning.
Not this time. I mean, you know, we got to keep the mystery going a little bit.
I never know. I never know. There you go. Well, you're joined today by Dr. Pansuria. Did I say it right?
Yes.
Close enough?
Yep, correct.
All right,
yeah.
all right. And he's our new general surgeon?
That's correct.
Awesome. I got it right. Well, welcome, sir. Welcome to Artesia.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Glad to have you here. So, Well, I'll hand over to you. Welcome. Tell us a little bit about yourself and what brought you to Artesia and what your new role is here.
Yeah, so I grew up, up in Toronto. I finished my residency in Detroit just this past summer.
Okay.
And then I moved down to Artesia. I think what attracted me about Artesia is really the close-knit community. I was really impressed by the hospital, the leadership there. But also I like the small town, the close-knit community, so I want to serve that community as best as possible. So that's my goal.
Awesome.
While I'm here.
Awesome. And so tell us a little bit about general surgeon. What's your job over there? What you going to be doing for us?
Yeah. So really most things in the belly, the abdomen.
Okay.
So, anything from hernias to gallbladders to appendix, any sort of bowel problems, colon problems, stomach problems.
Awesome.
And then I'll be handling some trauma here and there, but hopefully you won't need.
Yeah, I told him when he walked in, I said, "Nice to meet you. Hope I never need your services."
Yep, exactly. And then I'm also trained in minimally invasive surgery, so that means like laparoscopic surgery, robotic surgery. Meaning I want to bring that kind of thing to Artesia now.
Awesome.
Providing patients with more options essentially. So you don't need a big cut anymore to do big surgeries now.
Yeah.
Technology has kind of advanced over the last several years.
Good.
Yeah.
Now, am I right, Kush? Is Dr. Mann retiring? So are you taking over for Dr. Mann?
We're hoping not anytime soon. I mean, I know he will eventually, probably.
I thought I'd heard that, and I was like, wait a minute, no.
Not anytime soon, hopefully.
So now we got so you'll be doing surgeries alongside of him too.
Yep.
So awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
He is.
He's awesome.
Yeah.
Old retired Air Force guy, so me and him get along really well. So, but welcome to Artesia.
Yeah.
Has he bought you an orange T-shirt yet? Have you got your seats for the football games? I mean,
it's day 2 on the job right now, so we're breaking him gently.
You're a day late, Coach.
Probably.
I was told I need an orange T-shirt.
Yeah, you have to have orange, by Friday.
Yeah, I feel like the radio station and the chamber should get together and have orange T-shirts for people that are new to town, right? Yeah, there you go.
It's like a check-in list when you get to town. You stop by one of those 2 locations.
Exactly.
T-shirt. Right. Awesome. Well, welcome, and we're so glad to have you.
Thank you.
Look forward to seeing what all you do.
Yeah, lots of other fun stuff going on at the hospital. We kind of rolled out a thing that we think will help people as well. We're offering free transportation for in-city travel for anyone that's going to an AGH appointment.
Yeah.
So if you're in Artesia, have an Artesia appointment, or if you're in Carlsbad and have a Carlsbad appointment, call us. We'll come pick you up. We'll drop you off.
Okay, so you guys are doing transport in Carlsbad to the
We are
AGH
correct.
stuff up there, yeah.
Yes. So depending on where your appointment is, there is a small fee if it's an intercity, so Artesia to Carlsbad or vice versa. There is a small fee on that.
Okay. Awesome. Well, that is great to hear. So, Kush, you and I have talked about it a number of times before. And I've talked to it with Joe as well. Is these surgeons like this. This I'm gonna say young man. I look at you. You're much younger than I am. This young man coming in. Just establishing us as kind of that center hub here in New Mexico, southeast New Mexico, as the growing, premier
Definitely.
hospital. And so that's pretty awesome to have a guy like this come in.
Yeah,
So.
and we're actually really, really happy to have Dr. Petsoria here. He is, like you said, younger than a lot of us, but sort of the next generation of medicine, essentially.
Yeah.
Trained in the latest procedures and the latest equipment, and
Right.
Yeah, I'm not happy to be here.
So no bloodletting anymore or any of that. No leeches you didn't bring.
No, hopefully not.
Moving us into the modern century. Well, awesome.
Absolutely.
So if you got you take day 2, so you just got here, so you're getting settled in, finding a place and all that, and
Yep. Settling into my new apartment and kind of figuring out places to eat around town and that kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. So young man, not married, kids or anything?
No. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, he's got
fresh start.
Really eligible bachelor on the market now.
I guess the morning show's turned into a dating show, Scott.
Well, we're glad to have you, man. That's awesome to have you here. And so, what else we looking forward at the hospital right now?
We've actually got several other providers at the hospital as well.
Okay.
I'll be putting up something on the Facebook page and the blog later today. Kyler Boggs, we've got a new PA. We've got Dr. Avalos is moving into seeing walk-ins only. So a couple of different things. If you want to kind of figure out what those are, go look at the page later today.
Awesome. So go check that out and see what all is happening at the Artesia Hospital. So, so what's your plans? I mean, as far as does this seem like this could be home for a long time, or?
Well, that's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah.
Because I think, at least in surgery, once you establish a connection with the community, the hospital, the system, the patients, it's like hard to leave. So I'm trying to be here for the long haul and trying to build those relationships and that connection with the community so that I can serve for the long term. So that's the plan.
Artesia is a heck of a drug, man. I'll tell you, once you get hooked on it. And you fall in love with it, you're here for a while.
We'd like to keep him here for the next 30, 35 years,
Yeah, that'd be great. So, so what's your vision as far as moving surgery forward into the next generation, I guess, is what's your vision here in Artesia?
So really it's the minimally invasive surgery. I think training at like a big hospital up in Michigan, I think I learned a lot about all those procedures and the benefits of it. So, what we're looking at is hoping that patients have less pain after surgery, quicker recovery times, that kind of a thing.
Yeah.
So with the minimally invasive surgery, patients really recover a lot better. So I'm trying to bring that here and then kind of help patients that way. And then really just my main goal is patient care, so providing the best quality of medicine, taking care of patients, doing the best that I can. So that's really my vision, is to really just serve the community the best way I know how to, and just bring different options, not saying that the old stuff is not still possible. We can still do that, but at least now patients have more options and can kind of get the best kind of procedures and operations, and don't have to go to a bigger city for all those necessarily. They can get it all in Artesia.
That's always the goal. We love Lubbock. We love visiting, but man, that 3-hour drive to go get anything done,
Yeah.
But no, we've got great surgeons. We've got great medical staff here. I mean, it's been phenomenal. I've really enjoyed getting to know all of them and being part of it. And so we're glad to have you. We hope that you really fall in love with our town and settle in and find your way here. So as long as you got an orange T-shirt,
I will work on that.
You guys just keep a box of them in your office, Coach.
No kidding.
Get it out here. Put this on. You don't like that color? All right. Well,
Too bad.
Awesome. Yeah. So, where did you grow up? Where you?
I grew up in Toronto.
So Toronto. So you're Canadian.
Yep, Canadian.
We'll forgive you.
Yeah.
So that's a big shift for you.
Yeah, it's a long ways away.
Climate-wise, culture-wise, a big shift come all the way down from there.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So growing up, did you always is the medical field and all that? Was that what you really wanted, or did it just happen to land on you?
So I always thought it was a possibility.
Yeah.
For a long time, I didn't think I was gonna make it. I didn't think I was going to be smart enough to get into medical school and all that.
Yeah.
But luckily things worked out as I grew older. But it was always a possibility, mainly because I get bored really easily with stuff. So I need something that keeps challenging me, that keeps me wanting to improve and work on myself.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I would bet surgery is like that, because even if you're doing the same surgery over and over again, it's a new person. It's new challenges every single time.
Yeah, it's a humbling sport. It's like golf, kind of.
Yeah,
it's really humbling.
Well, if it's like golf, I definitely shouldn't go into surgery.
I was gonna say, if it's like golf, I've got no chance.
Well, so do you play golf too?
I try to.
Okay,
I think everyone tries to. It just
because next to football here, golf's probably the biggest, especially on the adult side of sports.
Yeah.
Golf is kind of the center of the town too. If we want to raise funds for anything, we throw a golf tournament.
I think he's humble. We should ask him what his average is. So.
Handicap.
What's your handicap?
I probably like 40, 50, I'm sure.
There you go.
All right. Well, awesome. So glad to have you. Anything else you guys want to share with us or talk about? I mean, we got a few minutes here.
Lots of fun things coming up. Just stay tuned. I know sometimes you don't get to hear everything all at once, But
Yeah.
we've got a lot of plans for the future, so we'll kind of be rolling them out slowly here.
Awesome. Well, that sounds great. So, Dr. Panseria, man, I got it right twice.
There you
it
go.
rolls off your tongue a lot easier than it does mine. I try. Well, welcome to Artesia, and thank you for being here. And we look forward to getting to know you, man.
No, thank you. I appreciate your time and happy to be here. So
Yeah, and I dig the tie too. So,
thank you.
you're looking sharp. So,
Shit, if I'd have known, I'd have worn one too.
yeah, well, don't let us push you into anything.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? So, gentlemen, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate it, and we'll talk to you later. And God bless.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander. U.S. stocks rallied on Monday and won back most of their sharp loss from last week. The S&P 500 dropped 1.5%. The Dow Jones Industrial Average climbed 585 points, or 1.3%, and the Nasdaq Composite leaped 2%. Several thousand workers at 3 Midwest manufacturing plants where Boeing develops military aircraft and weapons went on strike early Monday after about 3,200 local workers of the International Association of Machinists and Aerospace Workers voted Sunday to reject the modified 4-year labor agreement. Tesla is awarding CEO Elon Musk 96 million shares of restricted stock, valued at approximately $29 billion. A group of countries that are part of the OPEC Plus alliance of oil exporting countries has agreed to boost oil production. 8 of its member countries would increase oil production by 547,000 barrels per day in September. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
When was the last time a bank asked you about your needs or your goals? When you're a member of Artesia Credit Union, you get to use your money for something more important than fees and finance charges. You get to use your money for you. Membership is open to anyone who calls New Mexico home. Become a member of Artesia Credit Union today and see what your partners can do for you. North 5th Street in Artesia or online at artesiacu.org. Artesia Credit Union, member NCUA.
Artesia Clean and Beautiful is pleased to announce that the traveling dumpsters are back. July 25th through August 10th, they will be setting at Harvest Fellowship. Now is the time to clean up that garage, storage, or yard. Trash your trash with Artesia Clean and Beautiful. No hazardous waste or tires. Call 575-513-0143 for more information. This message is brought to you by H.F. Sinclair Navajo Refining.
Welcome to Answers with Ken Ham. The account of origins presented in the Genesis is a simple but factual presentation of actual events and provides reliable basis for man's worldview and a framework for scientific investigation into the question of the origin and history of life. Answers with Ken Ham is brought to you by Harvest Fellowship at 2307 West Main in Artesia. Call Pastor Ronnie Williams at 746-6195. Now, today's Answers with Ken Ham.
What is love? This is Ken Ham, CEO of the Apologetics Ministry of Answers in Genesis. You know, we constantly hear about love. Love is love, and love wins. But does our culture even really know what love is? As our culture has rejected God's word as the foundation for its thinking, we've seen love abused and redefined. Things like pornography use, adultery, homosexual behavior, domestic abuse, and more are on the rise across the nation. God's word tells us what true love is. While we were still sinners, Jesus Christ came and died on the cross, taking the penalty of death that we deserve upon himself. He rose from the dead and now freely offers eternal life to all who trust in him. That's true love.
Learn more about the good news of the gospel of Jesus Christ at AnswersRadio.com. Sign up for free daily insights from Ken Ham at AnswersRadio.com.
Welcome back, Artesia. Hey, we got a few more items here in our community announcements I'd like to share with you. The Bulldog Vendor event is coming up. The Football Boosters hosting its first annual vendor event. It's going to be held at the Artesia Public Administration Building on Saturday, August 16th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. If you'd like more information, you can call 575-200-5340. Harvest Fellowship is hosting their Real Life Conference, Real Talks for Real Life. It's going to be Saturday, August 16th. It's designed to help everyday believers live out God's Word where life happens. If you'd like more information, you can call 575-746-6195. There will be children's ministry provided during the conference. So if you'd like to go to that, August 16th, reach out to them. Let's see. The Artesia Senior Center on Thursday, August 21st, is hosting a day of fun to honor the seniors, celebrating National Senior Citizen Day and the August birthdays. And that's going to happen from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. You can come and go. The center is going to provide lunch, which will be served at noon. There's going to be games, booths, and drawings. Stop in and join the fun. Local businesses will be there to set up to show their support for the seniors. The next Republican Women's Club of Carlsbad meeting and the Republican Eddy County meeting will be held on Thursday, August 21st. The women's meeting is at Stevens Inn and Restaurant in Carlsbad, and it begins at 11:30. And the North Eddy County night meeting is at the Artesia Country Club at 5:30 p.m. The Head Start program is accepting applications for the 2025 through 2026 school year. If your child is 3 or 4 years old, he or she may be eligible for Head Start. Registrations are Monday and Thursday, 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Appointments are available if necessary. Make sure you got a state birth certificate, Medicaid or insurance card, immunizations, a 2024 proof of income, and a proof of residency. That's happening at the Artesia Center at 504 West Gage Street, or in Carlsbad at the Carlsbad Center at 1915 San Jose Boulevard. Let's see. The Boy Scouts Troop 228 is announcing the Chisholm Trail District, Eddy County, is still looking for a unit commissioner. A unit commissioner is a volunteer mentor and supporter for scout units, packs, troops, crews, or ships. They help leaders deliver quality programs, share resources, and maintain strong relationships with the district. If you're interested in serving this important role, call 575-626-6763. Carlsbad Under 40 nominations. Do you know a young leader making a difference in their career and community? Nominate them for the Carlsbad Under 40. There is a $40 registration fee, and the deadline is Friday, August 29th. If you have a nominee that demonstrates leadership and active community participation, you can nominate them by calling the Carlsbad Chamber of Commerce at 575-887-6516. The Dragonfly Festival is coming up September 5th and 6th, and there's going to be a lot of Dragonfly programs, Dragonfly tours, wildlife tours, and free family fun. Like I said, that's Friday, September 5th and Saturday, September 6th. If you'd like more information and for reservations, you can call 575-244-6256. And I'm sure we'll hear more about this in the next hour. The 10th Annual Red Dirt Black and Gold Festival. That's going to be September 11th through 13th. That's Thursday through Saturday, and it's downtown. Going to be lots of fun. Hey, the cheerleaders are still doing Paint Artesia with paws. So if you would like some paws drawn outside your business or in your driveway at your house or anything, reach out and find one of our cheerleaders and get signed up with that. All right. I think I've covered all of the events and list on our pile today. So I'm excited. It's pretty cool to watch the hospital bring in these new staff and these new members and to continue to press forward. We've got a really great group of people over there at the radio, or at the radio station, at the hospital. And we definitely support them and everything they've got going on, because they do so much for our community. The next hour, we're going to be talking to the Artesia Chamber. They'll come in and share with us, and I'm sure there'll be lots of talk about all the events that are lining up for during the in-car races, the Red Dirt Black Gold Festival, and all the fun we're going to be having there. I was trying to make sure I got everything, and it looks like I did. So, well, thanks, Artesia, for joining us on this first hour, and we're looking forward to what's coming up the next, and thank you so much. Sorry, I'm running out of words to say. Yeah, hey, I'll tell you, sometimes you sit here and you're looking here, man, I got 30 seconds, but I've run out of things to say. And the Gene's walking in the door. He puts a lot of pressure on me. Makes me feel like I'm not doing a good job. I'm just kidding, Gene. All right, that's it for this hour, folks. Thank you so much, and we'll talk to you in the next hour. And one last time, I want to say happy birthday to my son Mick, who's next door. He's doing a great job.
This is KSVP and K229AS Artesia.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. The Texas House has given the go-ahead for arrest warrants for runaway Democrats who fled the state to block adoption of redrawn congressional maps. The maps, backed by President Trump, are designed to reflect the will of Texas voters, but the fugitive Democrats are having none of it. They accuse the Republicans of gerrymandering to gain political advantage. And such controversy is nothing new.
Democratic lawmakers left Texas to try to block Republicans from redrawing congressional districts in their favor. The term gerrymandering originated over 200 years ago to describe political manipulation in legislative districts. It was coined in 1812 to describe a district signed into law by Massachusetts Governor Elbridge Gerry that critics said was shaped like a salamander. Gerrymandering has continued since then. The U.S. Supreme Court ruled in 2019 that federal courts don't have the authority to decide challenges to alleged partisan gerrymandering.
Correspondent Bernie Bennett. At Israel's request, the UN Security Council will hold an emergency meeting to discuss the hostages being held and starved by Hamas in Gaza. The BBC's Yolande Nell in Jerusalem.
The UN session was called after Palestinian armed groups put out videos showing two of the hostages, Ron Breslavsky and Eviatar David, looking weak and emaciated. Their families want immediate action to bring them home. And they've expressed alarm at suggestions the Israeli Prime Minister now wants to reoccupy all of Gaza, including areas where it's believed the hostages are held.
The Coast Guard's report on the Titan submersible disaster, and 5 people died while they were on their way to the wreckage of the Titanic, concludes the implosion was preventable. The 2023 disaster has sparked lawsuits, as well as calls for tighter regulation of the emerging private deep-sea expedition industry. Watching Wall Street this hour, stocks have turned mixed. The Dow is down 38 points, while the Nasdaq trading 47 points higher. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Hi, it's Mike Gallagher. You work hard, you build wisely, your home has become one of your greatest assets. If you're staying put this summer, this might be the perfect time to put that equity to work. Whether it's funding a second home, helping your kids get their start, or simply creating more margin in your financial life, Mike and Brian at Fellowship Home Loans are the only ones I trust to guide you through it. They've done loans for my family. They tailor every loan to fit your goals. Fellowship is a direct lender and operates with your best interest in mind. If you're looking to access your equity through a refi or exploring a HELOC for some cash this summer for a second property, or maybe tackle those updates you've been putting off, start with people you trust. People I trust. Go to fellowshiphomeloans.com/Mike G. fellowshiphomeloans.com/Mike G. or call 800-510-MIKE, 800-510-6453. Fellowship Home Loans. Mortgage lending by the book.
Nationwide Mortgage Bankers, DBA Fellowship Home Loans, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 819382.
Parts of Britain are dealing with unusually powerful summertime storms that are disrupting daily life.
Wind gusts reaching 90 mph, along with heavy rain. Forest hits during the busy tourism season, affecting events like the Edinburgh Fringe. The Edinburgh Military Tattoo has cancelled Monday's outdoor performance. Train services across much of Scotland have been disrupted too, and some ferry crossings scrapped. The storm also could hit parts of Northern Ireland, Wales and Northern England. Charles de Ledesma, London.
The World Health Organization has closed in on its ambitious goal of eradicating polio several times, but The paralytic virus remains entrenched in parts of Afghanistan and Pakistan. The World Health Organization and partners embarked on their polio campaign way back in 1988. But resistance to vaccination will be a tough barrier to overcome. News and analysis at townhall.com. A big city newspaper in the East is looking westward, as correspondent Jason Walker explains.
The New York Post is launching a California newspaper and news site next year. The California Post will add another title to Rupert Murdoch's media empire, and the new paper stands to bring a conservative-friendly fixture of the Big Apple media landscape to the Golden State. Plans for the Los Angeles-based paper call for a print edition 7 days a week, a website, social media accounts, and videos and audio pieces. Jason Walker reporting.
The owners of the cargo ship that crashed into the Francis Scott Key Bridge in Baltimore are suing the company that built the vessel. The lawsuit was filed in federal court in Pennsylvania last week and alleges a defect in the design of some of the ship's electronics. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Today's KSVIP is Peyton Yates. Mr. Yates was just awarded the Distinguished Eagle Scout Award from BSA. This is in recognition of Mr. Yates' contributions as an Eagle Scout, his continued support of Scouting, and his contributions to the Artesia community through his work and philanthropic efforts. Less than 2,000 Distinguished Eagle Scout Awards have ever been presented, so Peyton, we congratulate you on receiving this award. Today, Peyton, you're going to receive a flower from Nels Floral and KSVP. Today's KSVIP, Distinguished Eagle Scout Peyton Yates.
All right, welcome back, Artesia, the 8 o'clock hour. It's Tuesday, August 5th. I'm your host, Scott Pettis. Hey, Chamber will be in here in a little bit. We'll talk a little bit about everything Artesia. I thought that for a few minutes here at the beginning of the hour, we'd discuss a little bit about national news and a little bit New Mexico news at the same time. So if you guys haven't been following what's going on in Texas right now, I find it quite hilarious personally. But so the Texas governor has issued arrest warrants for all of the Democrats in the Texas House of Representatives. Why? Because they all decided to abandon their post. So Texas has is trying to pass through I guess it'd be a law, a redistricting. Let's put it that way, a redistricting. They're redistricting the state of Texas based upon population and everything else. And in doing so, it's actually going to cause Texas to pick up more Republican seats in the Congress in Washington, D.C. This redistricting is often referred to as the process of gerrymandering. What does that mean? It's a term that's used to describe when a state redraws its district lines in order to benefit one party over another. Now, we can sit here and we can discuss, is that right? Is that wrong? Is this, so we should be doing this or should we not be doing this? I think there's a legitimate discussion to be had there, right? But what we can't discuss is whether or not the Democrats are right in trying to run out. What they're trying to do is if they don't show up then there's not, they're trying to say, well, there's not a quorum, so if there's not a quorum, they can't pass anything, and so they're just trying to halt this legislation completely. And like I said, I think there's a legitimate question as to how this should be done. Does the redrawing of district lines actually represent the actual will of the people, or are they doing it to cut off some people's voices or not? Why do I say that? One, I'm not a guy that says, well, if the Republicans do it, it's right. No, that's not the case. But what I find hilarious, personally hilarious, is the reaction of New Mexico politicians and our New Mexico governor talking about how Donald Trump's trying to steal power or whatever, however they're putting it. I can't remember exactly how they put it. But it's hilarious that they're getting all upset that Texas is doing the exact same thing they did just a few years ago. Those of us here in the southern part of the state understand. We got redrawn into a district where, your vote won't even count. They did exactly that. They did the whole gerrymandering thing a few years back in favor of Democrats. But yet here they are throwing a fit about the state of Texas doing the exact same thing. I look at the situation, I go, I don't know I guess if it's, we got to ask a question. Once, is it within the legal bounds of what can be done? Obviously, it is legal to do, but legal does not always mean moral or right. Just because something's legal doesn't make it good. I look at the whole situation and go, if we're playing political games in this way, I think it's kind of nonsensical. I'm not exactly sure. I don't understand the process of redistricting, how it would be done fairly, so on and so forth. But I do know that whenever it's done in such a way as to try to remove the voice and the power of the vote from one group over another, it probably needs to be looked at. And we can look at the New Mexico case and see clearly that they extended and cut off different parts of the state that were Republican strongholds by shoving them into districts with cities far, far away from them. And so I go, well, that's problematic. I look at the thing and go, maybe it should be done by county. Just each county as kind of a electoral type system within the state. Maybe that's the right way to do it. But definitely the whole redrawing of lines so that you remove the voice of a certain group of people, I think is something's wrong with that. I don't think that's the proper way to go about it. And we don't know that's exactly what happened in Texas. They claim that's what's happening, but maybe the point is the people have shifted. Maybe the overall populace of Texas has shifted to the point that it is primarily a Republican conservative state, and that's why when they redistrict based upon population, strict population, maybe it just so happened that Texas became a more conservative state. And so but what I can't stand is this. I can't stand hypocrisy. The hypocrisy of one group that just did this a couple years ago, pointing fingers at the group that's doing it now, as if the group here in New Mexico, we're really just concerned about the people, but them people over there, they're trying to steal power. That's absolute ignorance. I can't even grasp a group of people that can say the kind of things they do and then want to be taken seriously and considered actual leaders and considered people we should want to submit to, or people that we should desire to be under the control of. I think my hope is, and I don't know how it happens, this is by the grace of God, is this state can wake up, is a larger portion of our populace will get more informed, wake up and understand that the people that they've put in power do not have their greatest concern in mind. The only thing those people have in their minds is their power, their their well-being, their future. They're moving up the political scale on their side of the aisle, and it's very disappointing to listen to. It's very disappointing to watch and know that that's what's happened in our state. So, all right, Artesia, let's go to a quick commercial break, and when we come back, hopefully the chamber will be in here. We'll find out what's happening in Artesia.
Weather this hour brought to you by Southwest Bearing under new ownership. Custom solutions for your heavy equipment, hydraulic hoses, hose repair, bearings, seals, sprockets, belts, tools, fluids, and fittings.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Pretty hot over the next couple of days. High pressure is parked over northeastern New Mexico, and that'll hang around for a while. We're headed for about 100 to 105 for the afternoon high today, and we get sunshine. It'll be clear overnight. We'll cool off to about 70, and then around 105 for the afternoon high on Wednesday and Thursday. We get sunshine both days. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Hey Roswell, celebrate freedom. Celebrate huge savings with 0 down payment, 0% APR, and 0 payments for 90 days during the 000 sales event at Roswell Ford. Your friends at Roswell Ford make upgrading to a new Ford or quality pre-owned vehicle for less super fun, super fast, and super easy. So if you're making payments on your current vehicle and want out early, Roswell Ford will do whatever it takes to free you from your trade, even if you owe thousands more than it's worth. Right now, trade and upgrade to a new Ford for less with 0 down, 0% APR, and 0 payments for 90 days. Worried about your credit? Don't sweat it. Our aggressive lenders will push to approve your credit, even if it's less than perfect. Celebrate huge American-made savings and more for your trade during the 000 sales event at Roswell Ford. Get on board at Roswell Ford, because we'll do whatever it takes to make a deal. 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell. Call 575-623-3673 or online at roswellford.com. 0 APR for 48 months is $20.83 per thousand finance. Interest accrues from date of sale. Subject to lender approval on select vehicles. Offers not combined.
Hi Artesia, Cambria here from your local KFC and Taco Bell. And boy, do I have some amazing Tuesday deals for you. If you're grabbing a quick bite for yourself, you gotta try our country fried steak meal. This includes our delicious home-style country fried steak patty served with mashed potatoes and white gravy, creamy coleslaw, and a buttermilk biscuit, all just for $4.99. Looking to feed the whole fam? We got you covered. Try our $20 meal deal. This includes 8 pieces of all dark meat chicken, large mashed potatoes and gravy, a large coleslaw, and 4 buttermilk biscuits. As always, it's great to be a Bulldog, and we hope to see you soon at your local KFC and Taco Bell.
Come on, let's have one more.
No, I'm good. And you are too. I called Tommy for a safe ride home.
Don't get hammered. Stay out of the slammer. Never drink, then drive.
This message from the Eddy County DWI program.
Wilbanks LLC and Wilbanks Trucking Services LLC has over 37 years of experience from 1987 to 2025 in the Permian Basin oil and gas industry. Wilbanks recently divested out of the rig moving operations to focus exclusively on providing crane services to support the growing demand in the basin. Wilbanks continues to provide quality, expert, and performance-based services to a multitude of customers. With a fleet ranging from 60-ton to 350-ton cranes and locations in Hobbs, Artesia, and Odessa, Texas, we hope that you will consider our team for projects ranging from plant builds, compressor sets, to general site build. Please call us at 575-746-6318 to find out what we can do for you. Wilbanks LLC, your regional expert in the crane world.
At First Church Artesia, we proclaim Christ as King over all. Located at 4th and Grand, we're a family exalting His reign in every corner of life, work, home, and community. Join us Sundays at 10:45 a.m. for reverent, family-integrated worship and Bible preaching that transforms. From Artesia streets to your soul, it's all of Christ for all of life. Visit artesiareform.com or find us on Facebook. First Church Artesia, His kingdom rules.
Registration is now open for the fall semester at Eastern New Mexico University, Roswell. Classes will fill up fast, so don't wait. Sign up early to create a schedule that works best for you. New students are encouraged to sign up now. Advisors are ready to help you kickstart your path to academic success. Start today. Visit roswell.enmu.edu or call 575-624-7000. ENMUR. Success starts here.
Success starts here. ENMU Roswell.
All right, welcome back, Artesia. That's a little loud over there. Let me bring that down. Yeah, the last guy was like far away from the mic, so I had to turn it way up. All right, well, welcome.
Welcome.
It's the chamber.
How are you?
It's the chamber hour.
I am doing great. I just got back from vacation yesterday, so I'm hitting the ground running.
Where'd you guys go?
Oh, it wasn't a big anywhere like special that a lot of people know about, but we went to a place called Burnett, Texas.
Okay.
To a ranch. And it's family owned ish. Through marriage.
Yeah.
And it was really, really, really fun. And so it was room enough for the entire family, siblings and kids. And we had about 15, 16 people there, I think.
Awesome.
And everyone had their own beds and bedrooms, and it was just
fun.
so great. And it was up late at night, and we were hunting hogs. And then it was early morning hunting more hogs. And it was just
a lot of hog hunting there.
And there was it's right along the Oklahoma-Texas border, and so the Red River runs right there, right?
Yeah.
And so it's really neat to be like, hey, literally you look out the window and it's like, that's Oklahoma.
Yeah.
It was cool.
That
and
is
then
cool.
so we went and played in the river, and they have a pool, and they had pool days, and it was so nice. It was my favorite part about, we were talking yesterday, what was your favorite part of the trip, right? And I said, being bored.
Yeah.
It was so nice.
Yeah.
Just be bored. Like, hey, what do you guys want to do?
Yeah, that's
busted out the cards, and
that's one of the things I've pondered on a lot lately. Is like, man, life is just so complex and so fast. And like sometimes, man, I could just use to have a farm out in the middle of nowhere and
just be bored. Yeah,
you know,
It's
get
so
up,
nice.
plenty of stuff to do, but nobody demanding your time. You know, like, so.
Yeah.
But you're back, so we demand your time. Time to get back to work.
Here we go. We hit the ground running last night. Brody has soccer. We learned about all kinds of things, and I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, here we go.
School starts.
Yeah.
2 days.
Yep.
Yeah. And then chamber.
Chamber.
You guys had a week off. Let's go back to work. You know.
Oh gosh, and it was not. It was so crazy because like whenever I was gone last Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then Haley was also headed out to help with FFA stuff on Thursday, Friday.
Oh yeah.
And so poor Camely and Coxie had to hold the fort down, and we had, I mean, it was like the weekend to not be gone, and we were gone, and we were like, I'm so sorry. But the Bulldog breakfast we heard back, and it was so awesome. So amazing.
Great?
It was so great. Yeah, everything went off without a hitch. This year was really fun and different, a little different. They had the band, the marching band, high school marching band, show up and play the fight song for all the new hires. That was really fun. So hopefully that will become a new thing. That'd be kind of cool.
Teach them the. It's like when you go to college for the first time, they teach you the fight song and the alma mater. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. So that was neat. And then they had 40 new hires at the breakfast.
Okay.
They had 58 sponsors, which was amazing.
That's really good.
And yeah, Darian, Mr. Parker, Mrs. Hadamio, Mr. Parker, and Mrs. Davis all helped introduce all the new staff. And it was really neat. They all fill out their little form on, kind of where they're from, who they are, where they went to school, a little bit about themselves and their family and stuff like that. So
cool.
It was awesome. And every single one of our, the report back to me was that every new staff got a door prize, which is one of the bigger prizes.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that is typically harder to come by, right? Because a lot of people donate something for all of them. Little stuff for all of their goodie bags. But the door prizes were awesome. And so, man, getting that fully covered again this year is just a huge, huge, huge blessing. And so the biggest thing they told me to say today is thank you to all of the sponsors and all of the community members and businesses that made that happen for our new staff.
Yeah, thank you, Artesia, for showing up.
Absolutely.
That's really cool.
Yeah. It just is a very good way to welcome. Not only is it a little probably beneficial to your business, right? Because you are being able to introduce your business to all these staff members and talk about it, but also and potentially gain some customers or clients or whatever your business is. But it's also a way for them to know. On the flip side of that, if I were coming into a brand new community and I just know that I have a job, right? And then I'm like, okay, now what? Yeah. So I love that our community steps up and is able to introduce everything about our town to these people. So was great.
Really good.
It was wonderful. They said it went off without a hitch, and they had they were done right before 8 o'clock. Whenever they have to go into their new staff training. So
amazing.
Yeah.
All right, so that's and then they start work tomorrow. Well, they probably are already at work.
Yesterday.
Yeah, they went to work already.
In service.
But the kids show up Thursday.
It's go time.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
And some of them, all the sports and stuff have been going.
Yeah, I saw
already a thing.
the cross country girls running down Main Street already the other day. I was like,
yeah.
Holy cow, it's already, already getting
time.
going.
I know.
Hope they're getting their running in early because it is hot.
Yeah, I was just looking at the weather yesterday when we were coming back to town, and I was like, oh, man. Triple digits all week.
Yeah, but next week it drops down in the 90s, though.
Oh, yay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we only have to endure for a minute.
Yeah.
Okay, we're good.
1 week of summer.
Yeah.
We got 1 week of
Thank you. It's been a great summer.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
We're thankful for that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, what's next on the agenda?
Well, today we've got the Bites in Business happening.
Oh, yeah.
So this is a new thing the Chamber's rolling out. It's really fun. It's a great opportunity for our members to be able to get in front of each other in the community, and it's so number one, networking opportunity, but number two, it's your chance to have the spotlight to then introduce what you have going on. So today is Peeler Marketing.
Okay.
And he is going to be it's our first one. He's going to be talking about kind of your Google presence online, I think it's more kind of nuts and bolts about Google and how to market your business on Google, how you can even use it as kind of a social media platform, right? Like if you have to close up shop early, don't just post it on Facebook, go to Google as well, because people don't look on Facebook for your business. They look on Google, right? So little things like that I think he's going to talk about. It's lunch. It's at the Chamber, and I believe it's from 12 to 1. Let me double check this. Yeah. Like I said, was gone. Yes, 12 to 1. Yeah. And it's $10. And that pays for your lunch. Schlotchke's is coming in with some fun sandwiches, so that'll pay for your lunch. Or bring a lunch and you don't have to pay. Or you can pay and just help the guy out to pay for the rest of the lunch, whatever the case may be, because he's the one sponsoring it. He's the one facilitating it. We're just hosting it at the Chamber. And like I said, it's kind of a new thing that we're able to provide to our members. So if you are a Chamber member and you want to talk about or introduce something new at your business, or if you're new to town and you want to try to get some clients and customers, we can do these fun little bites and businesses. They can be lunch, they could be a breakfast, they could be an after hours thing and have little bites of business. I mean, it's just, we kind of loved the name. Beverages in business. I mean, you could just triple B it. Yeah. So I'm excited. I think it's going to be fun to kick this off today. So if you haven't made a reservation, please do. We'd love to see you at lunch, or just pop in, you know. And like I said, I think they've got sandwiches coming from Schlotchke's, and just learn a little bit about your company, or send someone from your company. If you're like, I can't close down, I've got to, it's very, very hard for small businesses to,
so hard.
They're so busy investing in and they're like keeping the doors open that it's hard to invest in your actual business and moving it forward.
Well, it's hard to take, especially during working hours, take any time, and to go do anything. And so.
Yeah, so it's nice to.
We quickly figured that out.
Yeah, right?
Like, oh.
Yeah.
It consumes a lot of life. But,
it does.
But, I think I would encourage everybody that's listening is, if you've got a business, go hear this. Yeah. What is their name again? Bites in Business. It's Peeler Marketing. Peeler like a banana peel. Because, for someone coming out of big city and coming back to this town, and I realized, I don't think most people realize that you can own your Google presence. Mm-hmm. You can actually take control of it. You can set your hours. You can do this and that. Mm-hmm. And if you don't, someone else can. Mm-hmm. And so go in, get control of your Google, and that way, and especially with all of these people from all around the country coming, that's going to be that's how they're going to find anything out. Oh yeah. Well, and you can optimize that your Google search. You can you can control it and give all the information about your business so that everybody knows. Yeah. And one of the things I've noticed a lot of businesses, they're like, well, we've got to be closed this day, and so they try to go on Facebook and they put that out, and well, nobody catches that. But if you put it on your Google, you can, like, hey, we're going to be closed for this week for a vacation, or whatever. You can go on there and put closed on your business, so when people Google your name, hey, they know you're not open.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so
I completely agree. Like I said, if you don't do it, someone else can claim it, and then it's a huge challenge to get it back to you as the owner.
Exactly.
And so, number one, that's kind of a big red flag on hackers and things like that, right? And then, or you have a disgruntled employee that tries to log in and mess with you like that.
But that your business is closed forever. And, and you trying to get that changed out of there is hard.
Tough. It really is. And Google makes it easy for someone else to claim your business. Like I know we at the chamber are what we call a Google DMO, and that's a destination marketing organization.
Yeah.
So we try to market Artesia, right? And so it's a little training class we had to go through, but it's neat because now Google listens to us when we make suggestions. And so often we'll go and we'll make suggestions on if we see something on Google that's like, oh, that's not right. Or, oh, hey, there's a Swatch keys right here now. It's not just a blank piece of land, right? So things like that we'll go and do, and we'll provide that information to Google.
Yeah.
Or if they updated their phone number with us in our chamber system, we'll go tell Google they updated their phone number. Just another extra little added member benefit that people don't really see us doing on the back end. However, every time, if the Google listing is not claimed already, Google will pop up a box that says, do you want to claim this listing?
Business,
So they make it easy to be like, yes, but I don't.
No.
Because
you don't own the business.
Right. It's not my business to
well,
own.
that you don't want to manage everybody's stuff.
Right. And I want to call them and be like, you need to go claim your Google.
Yeah.
And then 15 other things happen and I forget. But I'm really.
But that's cool that you guys are
cool.
pulling this together, that this company can then help people out. And so.
Yeah. Peeler marketing today at the chamber, 12 o'clock. It's going to be really fun. Come on. You can bring a sack lunch, or you can eat a little bit of Schlotzky's with us, hang out. And then we're going to immediately following that lunch, we're going to do a ribbon cutting for them because they are a brand new chamber member as well, new to town. So that's exciting. I'm excited. I think these bites of businesses could be a really neat networking opportunity for people.
I'll tell you, a lot of people underestimate the power of networking. I went through classes as I was retiring, and one of the most powerful things I learned how to do was network. Because it's not about what you know; it's about who you know.
Yeah, it really is.
And so, being a business around, you've got to be involved. You've got to, and so these networking lunches. Good
awesome.
Job.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's going to be really neat added member benefit this year. And so, that's happening today.
Yeah.
Really exciting. And then I'm trying not to stress out, but next Saturday, not this coming Saturday, but the 16th is our clay shoot, our big 17th annual clay shoot. It's our biggest fundraiser for the chamber. So make sure you come out and load your chamber for the chamber. Get it?
There you go. Yeah.
No, I'm really excited. It's going to be a really good time. Out at the Eddy County Shooting Range, which is just north of town. We're doing it on August 16th. We're going to go out a little bit earlier since the triple digits have hit. We're going out at 8 a.m. and registration will start at 7. We'll have some coffee and donuts out there, and then it'll just be a fun time. There's 70 targets.
Great.
It's going to be on one of the couple of different courses that they have. They have a red and a white and a blue. And so a team of 5. It's $150 per player. Or if you like to sponsor it, it's $1,500, and that'll get you a sponsor gift. That'll get you some game tickets. It'll get you all kinds of extra things. Obviously, recognition as well as a sponsor. But yeah, it's going to be fun. 70 targets. You'll come back in. We'll have sodas and waters and cool off stations, and then lunch will be provided. We're excited. We're going to do some burgers and chips and all the fixins, and then we have game day. Fun day, gun day.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. We have about 3, possibly 4 games that Jerry out at the shooting range is kind of getting coordinated for us, and some really awesome prizes. We have custom cornhole boards. We've got this really cool American flag that you put by your front door that's like a gun safe, magnetic gun safe. And so really when people walk in, it looks like this handmade custom wooden sign, American flag, and it's so cool. It only sticks out about, I don't know, 4 inches from the wall, but really you've got protection by your front door. So anyway, we've got all kinds of cool prizes. 1 in every 5 shooters will win, just random drawings. 1 in every 5 shooters wins a prize. We have shooter gifts, we have sponsor gifts, we have all kinds of other drawings that we're going to be doing. Gun boards. Did you hear about the Louis Vuitton?
You did.
Oh my gosh!
I'm supposed to come see you and buy a ticket.
You're such a good husband.
I was going to surprise her with it, but then she found out about it on your post.
She's like, you're going down there, right? Oh my gosh, it was so funny. We got it in, and we were trying to open it, and I couldn't even figure out the box. And I was like, guys, this is so fancy. I can't even open the box. It's so awesome. Anyway, it's like a $3,200 purse. Yeah. And we're doing $50 ticket. Chance to win. Chance to win. And it's only 100. We're just doing a gun board.
1 in 100. Chance
or
to
4
win.
in 100, whatever your heart's desire.
Yeah. However many you buy.
Right. Anyway, that's exciting. We've got, that one's a fun one. It's a little bit fun and different. And, often we'll do some guns that are sometimes $2,000 to $3,000 on these boards. So I was like, let's do something fun for the women too.
There you go.
Especially because not only are we a staff of all women, our board president this year at the chamber is a woman. And not only that, but we have the cheerleaders, Artesia High School cheerleaders, helping us out with the clay shoot, volunteering for us, and they work. Those girls know how to work hard, and they don't stop. They don't complain. And so I think it'll be really fun to be like, you know what? We're doing something a little girly, and that's okay.
Perfect.
Yeah. So we've got that. We've got guns. We have a brand new gun that just came out that Ed helped me pick out over at Big Chief. It's a 45th anniversary Kimber handgun.
Wow.
So we've got that happening, brand new. Anyway, it'll be a really fun time, August 16th.
Yeah.
Come on out.
Get your tickets.
Call us at the chamber, or artesiachamber.com.
Yeah.
You can sign up there as well. You can pay online.
Right.
You can sponsor online. We just need your logo for your business, so we make sure and recognize you.
Awesome.
It'll be fun.
Well, let's take a quick commercial break and come back, talk about some more.
Cool.
Now for your Pecos Valley news updates, I'm Jared Cirillo. If you live in Lincoln County and were affected by severe storms, flooding, and mudslides that began June 23rd, you may be eligible for assistance from FEMA for uninsured losses. If you have already applied for FEMA help, a home inspection may be required to verify damage. The information gathered during the inspection is one of several criteria used by FEMA to determine whether applicants are approved for federal assistance. Within 10 days of submitting the application, a FEMA inspector may contact applicants to schedule an appointment. New Mexico's farmers, ranchers, and food security organizations are facing severe consequences due to federal funding freezes and agency layoffs. Despite court rulings ordering the release of obligated federal funds, critical projects remain stalled. That's leading to layoffs, mounting debt, and halted conservation work ahead of an expected hot and dry season. In fiscal year 24, New Mexico received close to $430 million in federal funding to support food, agriculture, and conservation programs. The federal cuts may force the state to absorb significant additional costs. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo.
All across America, this is the Red Apple Audio Network's Market Report, sponsored by Abacus Global Management.
Good morning. Some investment managers themselves were surprised at how stocks rebounded from last week's losses. The three major averages recovered all of the losses, though the experts also say August is often a weak month for stocks with low volume. Many experts think the new low hiring numbers were right. Others think they're just because companies are waiting until tariff uncertainty ends to hire and expand, including with new tax breaks. Stocks were up, but the issues affecting the economy have not changed. Tariffs, hiring, interest rates, and the slow real estate market. U.S. senators say the tariffs are raising so much money for the U.S. Treasury, the federal budget could start to depend on tariff income. Well, before prices are passed on to customers, companies are still trying to figure out how much they may be able to raise prices without losing customers. The Wall Street Journal says companies think customers are becoming more thrifty again. A survey by Empower 401k Plans says many people now spend 4 hours a day thinking about money. Starbucks is closing pickup-only locations to try to rebuild more engagement with customers. With business, I'm Joe Connolly.
This is the Red Apple Audio Network's Market Report, sponsored by Abacus Global Management.
What if the future of finance wasn't built around averages, but around you? At Abacus Global Management, we're reshaping financial planning around the most personal data point, your lifespan. But it's more than just insight, it's control. As a technology-driven asset manager, we're empowering investors with an integrated system to take command of your time, your future, your financial destiny. This is a new era of investing. Take control at abacusgm.com.
Hey everyone, with your Cowboys Report, I'm Christy Scales. Arguably the best day of training camp is on tap as the Los Angeles Rams arrive in Oxnard for their joint practice with the Cowboys. Dak Prescott tells you why today is so important for the first teamers right after this.
Becky Hammond on being the first woman to coach in the NBA.
What if it's no big deal that I'm a woman? What if it's about striving for excellence in being the best me without the label?
It's not about where others say you should be. It's about where you want to go. It's about a financial services company that focuses on your measures of success. Whether it's for your home or business, we offer personalized service and expert advice to help you achieve your unique goals.
Visit swbc.com for financial services without the labels.
Cowboys Nation is big because everything's bigger in Texas. And Reliant has the energy to power it all. From home field advantage to home sweet home, Reliant has Dallas Cowboys fans all across the Lone Star State covered for every electric moment this season and beyond. Reliant, proud to be the official energy provider of your Dallas Cowboys.
Reliant, PUCT number 10007.
Here in Oxnard, California, the Cowboys are prepping for this afternoon's joint practice with the Rams. Dak Prescott and many other starters won't play in preseason games, so today's practice is the most competition they'll face until the regular season opener. So Dak knows this is important work today.
Not necessarily just me or the guys who aren't playing in the preseason, but how important it is for us to get game-like reps against another team that we're going to need to use some of these plays and conversations and the communication and the films after this practice are what's going to be monumental. So super excited about it. I got to do it last year, and it was huge, so I'm looking forward to it again.
These two teams tee it up again Saturday afternoon at SoFi Stadium in the preseason opener. With your Cowboys Report, I'm Christy Scales.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Pretty hot over the next couple of days. High pressure is parked over northeastern New Mexico, and that'll hang around for a while. We're headed for about 100 to 105 for the afternoon high today, and we get sunshine. It'll be clear overnight. We'll cool off to about 70, and then around 105 for the afternoon high on Wednesday and Thursday. We get sunshine both days. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
All right, welcome back, Artesia. Still have the chamber in here. Miss Jessica telling us everything that's going on.
Yeah,
and
that was a fun song.
it is. I
It's
love
right when
Summerfield.
fall is about to start with all the sports and the
Yeah,
games. And put
exactly.
me in, coach. I got this.
Well, what's on the chamber chat? What else we got coming up?
Well, we talked a little bit about the Bites in Business today.
Yep.
At noon at the chamber. If you'd like to hear a little bit more about your Google listing and how you can be better, come on by. August 16th, we talked a little bit about the Clays Crushers, so go back and listen to session 1.
Yeah, there you go.
On KSVP. But yeah, I mean, we've got a lot of stuff going on. Obviously, first day of school, so everyone is back to school business this week. Thursday, first day of school, and then August 11th is the first day of kindergarten. So those of you that have Grand Heights kiddos,
They don't start till next Monday.
they will start Monday. Then do you ever take advantage of the traveling dumpsters? Man, these things are awesome. So I've done this a couple. Obviously, they're big and tall. However, it's a really, really neat opportunity. Once a year, Artesia Clean and Beautiful gets together with H.F. Sinclair, and this year they're also with S Brothers, it looks like. And they have these dumpsters that go to different places around town. Then you don't have to drive out to the transfer station. You can go to a dumpster that's closest to your property or your house, and dump anything that needs to be dumped that you probably shouldn't put in a dumpster.
That's too big for a dumpster.
Too big for a dumpster, whatever. And it's really, really, really awesome. And so I love it every year when they come. They spend a couple of weeks at each place, I feel.
Yeah. It's about
and
2
then
weeks each location.
Yeah, and so they're here from end of July all the way through September 7th, and it's a great opportunity to go through things, do a little bit of fall cleaning, just like spring cleaning, get rid of stuff. I feel like Jean's gonna probably take some of these drapes over there. Anyway, it's awesome. So really, it's the traveling dumpsters. It's time to go through closets and get stuff cleaned out and trash or whatever. And the other cool thing about it is that if you have something that's too big for you to physically do, you can't lift it into the dumpster. You can't, whatever, right? You don't have help. You can call and schedule a free removal from your property. That is 575-513-0143. And they'll put you on the schedule. They need a couple of days notice so that they can make sure they have a truck or a trailer or whatever they need, the proper equipment, to come and take whatever it is that you need hauled off. And then it doesn't sit in your front yard. It doesn't sit, anywhere. And they can properly take it and remove it. If it's a big giant couch, it might fill up one of these traveling dumpsters. So let them just take it straight to the transfer station for you. And it's completely free. It's so awesome. So thank you to Artesia Clean and Beautiful, H.F. Sinclair, S Brothers for putting this together again this year. This right now, through the 10th, they're at Harvest Fellowship Church, down Main Street, all the way almost to 26th. And then after that, they're going to go to, what does that say?
Corner of Grand and 13th, behind the APS storage building.
Grand and 13th.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
I know. So for those of you who've been around, what they're talking about is right there by the old Bulldog Superette. Which you haven't been here long enough to know that, but right there at the corner of Grand and 13th, that's where the AHS administration building is, right there. So just behind that, there's this little storage building there that used to be used to be a convenience store when we were all kids.
Cool.
And had the best hamburgers.
How fun! That's awesome.
but that's the location they're talking about.
Cool.
So.
Yeah, that'll be a great spot. They usually can. Sometimes they'll go Bulldog Bowl, but this might be an easier way to get
just
to
a
it.
block down from Bulldog Bowl.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, make sure and go through your stuff. That's a really fun thing that's going on as well. Let me get back to my chamber chat. We also have, let's see, what's today? The 5th. So on the 8th, it's coming up, the Drills and Skills Camp for football, 7 to 8:30 p.m. Registration starts at 6:30. It's $25. You get a shirt. It's K through 5th grade only. Join the high school football players.
It'd be fun for the kids.
Come
Friday
out.
night in the stadium.
In the bowl?
In the
How
bowl,
fun is that? That's so cool. Make sure if you've got a kiddo, I don't think it's not just for boys.
Okay.
So you can come out. It'll be really, really fun. Anyway, they get to play with the high school team. That's so cool. If I was a second grader, I would feel very special.
Yeah.
So.
Be a good memory.
Yeah. August 8th, 7 to 8:30, Bulldog Bowl, $25.
There you go.
Get a t-shirt.
There you go.
Okay. Then on the 9th is the big fracking party. And don't get me wrong, I did not say the wrong word.
Yeah.
I said fracking. There's no bad language on this station. Eddy County Shooting Range and Artesia Country Club. The Eddy County Republicans are putting this on together. It's really fun. They're having Joey Jones from Fox News as the guest speaker. So the morning they're going to do a clay shoot and a Nerf gun war with targets for the kids, even, and for the adults. And then in the evening, it's going to be cocktails, dinner, and dancing at the country club with the guest speaker, Joey Jones. The big fracking party of 2025.
Which
we got to get tickets.
I need
This
tickets.
sounds so fun.
I need to go see Joey because I found out me and him have a lot of mutual friends. Because he's a Marine.
Okay.
So he was a Marine EOD tech.
What is EOD?
Explosive Ordnance Disposal.
Oh.
That's how he lost his legs.
Okay.
Yeah. And so when I looked him up and started looking into him, I was like, oh, we know a lot of the same people.
You need tickets.
I know I need tickets. I need to go
So
see.
It's so fun.
Go meeting face to face.
Here's how you can find your tickets. Let's just click on this. Sign up at bigfrackinparty.com.
Right.
So I'm clicking.
Maybe I can get a press pass. That's what I need.
Ooh.
Hey, boss, I need a press pass.
Hey,
to
boss
this.
man. Well, my internet's not working today. However, Big Frackin'.
Yeah,
no,
if
no
you actually
G.
just Google it, because they
Yeah.
actually created an entire website for it.
Yes.
Big Frackin' Party. Just go Big Frackin' Party Artesia on Google. It'll pop up. You'll find it. The tickets are there. You can purchase the tickets. I know it's $50 if you're in the outside portion.
Okay.
It's $150 if you're inside. And then if you want to do a meet and greet and stuff like that, I don't know. It's prices go up from there. I'm not
gotcha.
exactly sure.
Yeah.
But if you can go check out the website for that.
VIP. Cool. Big Frackin'.
Yeah.
No G.
Yeah.
With an apostrophe.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be
We always
fun.
love to skirt the lines and stuff like that.
That's so cool.
I get it.
National Night Out. They're doing one in Carlsbad, but then they're also doing one in
Tonight.
Artesia tonight at Starbucks. That's right.
Starbucks in the parking lot from 5 to 8 or 6 to 8. I can't remember exactly. Oh, it's right here in front of me. 6 to 8 p.m.
It is right there.
6 to 8 p.m. Funs
Nice.
and games and all that. Yeah.
Fun. That I found out. I had to Google that because I didn't know.
I've never heard of it. So give me the scoop. What's the
Okay. The scoop on National Night Out is for first responders, mostly police officers, to get the word out about safety in the community and show a community-wide effort. Really what it's supposed to be is, and maybe we can try to figure this out for next year, because what it's supposed to be is a lot of block parties.
Oh, okay.
And you get together with your friends and neighbors. It's a way to just be outside, doing things outside.
Yeah.
And the police will come by, because obviously when you have a block party, you have to register with the city, right? So they know that you're having this, and the roads are closed off. So then they'll go visit your block parties and talk to you and, tell you a little bit about the safety of the city and this and that and whatever. And it's really like a nationwide safety push, sort of, but yeah, it's supposed to be, and maybe, like I said, let's try this next year. We can just push it out to the community and be like, hey, on this night, have a block party with your friends and neighbors. Bust out the barbecue grills and the water balloons for the kids and Nerf gun wars and all the fun things. So we've been wanting to do one in our neighborhood for quite some time. And so I think this might be kind of fun to try to head up next year. I know it was a little bit of a last minute deal, and that's why I think they're just, hey, Starbucks, will you host this for us again this year? Which is way cool. I'm glad they said yes. But that's really what it's for. Supposed to be for, is trying to get the word out on safety in your community.
That'd be great. That's great.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What else? Let's see.
We've got about 6 minutes. No, a little less than that. About 5 minutes.
What? I thought I had until 9.
Well, I got to show with 2 minutes of commercials in the back.
Okay.
You got to pay bills.
Okay. Pay the bills. There's going to be... Then let's talk national air races again. I feel like this is a broken record.
Who cares? This is the coolest thing to happen.
It's so cool. I'm so excited. We have been really pushing locally. Please sign up to Airbnb your home, VRBO your home. Sign up to be an Uber driver or a
Turo.
Or Turo your car.
Rent your car out.
If you have, here's the thing that I have a few neighbors that drive H.S. Sinclair trucks or like work trucks, right?
Yeah.
Is there an opportunity, and your company, whoever you work for, might say no, but it's worth an ask. Can I use my personal vehicle for these 5 days only? I mean, my work vehicle for personal purposes for these 5 days. I just want to take my kids to dinner, and usually, I mean, if you're really good about it, you come home and you flip-flop vehicles, and you go to your personal vehicle and you take everyone to dinner, right? But is there an opportunity to get permission that week to use your work vehicle for personal purposes? And I don't know, it might be a liability, it might be an insurance thing. They might say no, but maybe they would say yes, and then you could Turo your personal vehicle.
Well, and the other thing,
get a little money.
If you think about it, most families got 2 to 3 cars.
Right.
You know.
Could you carpool that week?
You could carpool and make yourself some extra money and get, and get that out there to
get on your bike.
We're gonna have a lot of people.
Walk.
What a lot of people don't realize, we're gonna have a lot of people landing at the airport. They fly their personal planes in for this.
Yes.
And so they're going to land at the airport. They need transportation around town to hotels, and then from there up to Roswell And so it would be so simple to tour your car. You put it on the website, and all you got to do is go park it at the airport, leave the keys, and they're going to get in your car and they're going to go drive around. And then when they leave, they'll leave your car there and go about their business. And it's not like you've got to provide a whole lot of extra service. Just give them a clean car that runs. And
and then the way that they do the key system, because that got me confused. I was like, do you just leave your keys in your unlocked car? Like, is that a little I mean, in Artesia it's probably fine,
Probably
but exactly. So, but what I found out is there's this really cool little sort of magnet type with a keypad that you leave your keys in. You put on the side of the car, and it magnets to your car, so you don't have to always have it. And then you give them the code to that box, and there's your keys. So cool. It's kind of like putting them in the gas tank.
There you go.
Anyway, I think that would be great. But yeah, we're really pushing for families to do that. If you
rent out
can,
an extra bedroom, rent out.
all the things, because hotels are full.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Mostly, we have limited availability at the. Oh, I'm gonna get this wrong. I feel like it's either the Comfort Inn or the Quality Inn, but the whole Thursday, Friday, Saturday, full, done, nothing available. But we have a little bit of availability like Wednesday night. Some have some Thursday days. So
if you have an RV and you're not using it that week, there's a website. I don't know. Hopefully you remember.
It's called Outdoorsy.com.
Outdoorsy.com.
Yes,
you
sir.
can go rent your fifth wheel out on there and lease it out basically like an Airbnb.
Yes,
and they can stay at your property, or you can arrange for them to be on them to come pick it up, or it to be on a site where they can go stay in it.
Yep. Yeah. I think RVs would be really cool. I know there's an abundance of RVs in our area.
Yeah.
The other opportunity is in Roswell. I do know that they are, and I don't know if it's sold out yet.
Yeah.
But it's worth a glance. To take it, they're putting in hundreds. I'm going to get it wrong, so I'm not going to say the number, but hundreds of RV spaces out at the actual races.
Yeah, so you right outside the gate.
Right outside the gates. So you can reserve a space for your personal RV, take it out there, list it on Airbnb or Outdoorsy.com, and it's already set up. It's ready to rock and roll.
Yeah.
And then they'll tell you all the instructions on how to get there, whatever. Really cool opportunity, and that could be some pretty prime real estate.
I would love to do it, but I took my fifth wheel to the fair last week and realized, no, it's got too much work to it.
Oh, no.
Like, oh, well, we'll get it fixed up for next year.
Do it next year. I'm telling it's going to be pretty awesome. I'm excited. I think it's like a really cool opportunity. It's an opportunity for our community to come together and not only welcome these folks in, but host them, hustle for them. We did this whole thing, help, host, and hustle, right? And so really, really, really come together. And of course, Red Dirt Black Gold Festival now, not just one day, 3 days.
3 days.
Thursday,
awesome.
Wednesday night, Wednesday welcome stuff happening all over.
Yeah.
Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, Cody Canada's coming.
Yeah.
We're so excited. $10.
$10.
$10 a day.
That's awesome.
How cool.
Yeah.
I know. All downtown Artesia. Go to artesiachamber.com, click on the in-car button to find out all the things happening. And if you have friends and family coming, there's all the information there, artesiachamber.com.
And don't forget, skydivnewmexico.com. Go sign up for your skydive.
We have your link on our website too. So
go sign up.
Yes, skydive $349, $347, something like that. And you
get flung out of an airplane. That's going to be so much fun.
So cool.
I'm excited.
Yeah, really fun.
Well, thank you.
Thank you. I think we got it all in.
Yeah,
or we
did.
tried to anyway.
Right on time. All right. Thank you so much for coming in and joining us, and God bless.
Thanks, you too.
For the first time ever, the National Championship Air Races are touching down in Roswell, New Mexico. From September 10th through the 14th, witness the world's best pilots battle it out in the fastest motorsport on the planet. Vintage warbirds, cutting-edge jets, aerobatics, and family fun, all against the stunning New Mexico sky.
3, 2, 1.
Get your tickets now at airrace.org. Don't miss this high-octane spectacle.
At First Church Artesia, we proclaim Christ as King over all. Located at 4th and Grand, we're a family exalting His reign in every corner of life, work, home, and community. Join us Sundays at 10:45 a.m. for reverent, family-integrated worship and Bible preaching that transforms. From Artesia streets to your soul, it's all of Christ for all of life. Visit artesiareform.com or find us on Facebook. First Church Artesia, His kingdom rules.
When was the last time a bank asked you about your needs or your goals? When you're a member of Artesia Credit Union, you get to use your money for something more important than fees and finance charges. You get to use your money for you. Membership is open to anyone who calls New Mexico home. Become a member of Artesia Credit Union today and see what your partners can do for you. North 5th Street in Artesia or online at artesiacu.org. Artesia Credit Union, member NCUA.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. The Titan submersible disaster was preventable. That's the conclusion reached by a Coast Guard investigation of the 2023 disaster and left 5 people dead. The deep-sea sub imploded while on its way to the wreckage of the Titanic. Texas House Speaker Dustin Burrows says Democrats who fled the state to block a vote on redrawn congressional maps face a choice. They can return to work or risk arrest.
Whether it's tomorrow or next week, the House will complete its required duties. I have signed the civil arrest warrants. We will work with DPS to locate members.
The revised maps designed to reflect the will of the voters, but Democrats cry racism, accusing Republicans of playing politics. Attorney General Bondi has ordered the Department of Justice to move forward with a probe into the Trump-Russia investigation. Follows a release of documents that discredit the inquiry that found Moscow interfered in the 2016 U.S. presidential election in favor of Mr. Trump.
Bondi has directed a prosecutor to present evidence to a grand jury after referrals from the Trump administration's top intelligence official. It's not clear which former officials might be the target of any grand jury activity, where the grand jury that might ultimately hear evidence will be located, or which prosecutors, whether career employees or political appointees, might be involved in pursuing the investigation.
And that's correspondent Ken Lorman reporting. Watching Wall Street this morning, stocks which had started off the day higher have now turned negative, and the Dow is down about 194 points for a loss of roughly 0.5%. The Nasdaq off 126 and the S&P down 36 points. More on these stories, townhall.com.
Hi, Mike Gallagher here. As the summer heats up, so do the bills. If you're like a lot of folks, you're not selling your home anytime soon, but that equity you've built, just sitting there. That's why I trust Mike and Brian at Fellowship Home Loans. Love this place. It's in their name, their DNA. They're the team I've used personally, and they treat every client like family. Fellowship Home Loans. They know how to help you tap into your home's value wisely, whether that's a HELOC or a cash-out refi. Fellowship is a direct lender and operates with your best interest in mind. Maybe it's time to finally knock out that renovation, pay off some debt, or just add a little cushion to your retirement account. With rates still reasonable and inflation squeezing all of us, your home might be the smartest financial tool you've got right now. So if you're staying put this summer, make your home work for you. Visit my friends at Fellowship Home Loans, fellowshiphomeloans.com/Mike G, or call 800-510-MIKE, 800-510-6453. Fellowship Home Loans, mortgage lending by the book.
Nationwide Mortgage Bankers, DBA Fellowship Home Loans, equal housing lender, NMLS number 819382.
Brazil's Supreme Court has ordered house arrest for former President Jair Bolsonaro on trial for an alleged coup plot after losing the 2022 election.
The judge in charge of investigating him, Alexander de Moraes, has said that he hasn't been complying with these restraining orders that were put on him last month. In particular, The allegation is that he has been using social networks of his allies, including of his sons, to spread messages that encourage attacks on the Supreme Court and encourage foreign intervention in the Brazilian judiciary. On Sunday, there were pro-Bolsonaro rallies held in various different cities around Brazil. And one of his sons, Flavio, during one of these rallies, briefly put his father on speakerphone to the crowd in Rio de Janeiro.
The BBC's Ione Wells. Authorities in Scotland have cancelled train service and closed parks. A rare summer storm brings destructive winds to northern Britain. News and analysis, townhall.com. The owners of the cargo ship that crashed into the Francis Scott Key Bridge near Baltimore are suing the company that built the vessel.
The lawsuit filed in federal court in Pennsylvania last week alleges negligence in the design of a critical switchboard on the ship. Grace Ocean Private, the owner of the Dolly, filed the lawsuit against Hyundai Heavy Industries in U.S. District Court for the Eastern District of Pennsylvania. Hyundai Heavy Industries could not immediately be reached for comment. Grace Ocean Private contends the switchboard was defectively designed in a manner that wiring connections were not secure. Keith Peters, Washington.
The strike by several thousand Boeing machinists is into its second day now. The walkout affects Boeing's work on military aircraft and weapon systems. The strikers rejected a contract proposal offering a 20% wage hike over 4 years. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Today's KSVIP is Peyton Yates. Mr. Yates was just awarded the Distinguished Eagle Scout Award from BSA. This is in recognition of Mr. Yates' contributions as an Eagle Scout, his continued support of Scouting, and his contributions to the Artesia community through his work and philanthropic efforts. Less than 2,000 Distinguished Eagle Scout Awards have ever been presented, so Peyton, we congratulate you on receiving this award. Today, Peyton, you're going to receive a flower from Nels Floral and KSVP. Today's KSVIP, Distinguished Eagle Scout Peyton Yates.
All right, welcome back, Artesia, the 9 o'clock hour. If you're just joining us, Tuesday, August 5th, I'm your host, Scott Pettis. I'm joined in studio by my son's boss. But he doesn't have your video up. Well, we might have to help him with that.
There it is.
There he goes. Good job, buddy. So our producer, Mr. Jeff, joining me in the studio while young Mick, learns the trade next door there. So doing a good job. So I thought we got a few minutes, and we've got this first segment until Aaron comes on, and I thought we would talk a little bit about the upcoming season, which are all sports, of course, but what we got in front of us, of course, is the Bulldog football schedule. But you're about to get hot and heavy.
Oh yeah,
Mick's about to learn what it means to be a working man.
It's not high pressure.
No, not at all. Not at all. Lots of sports coming up.
Yes.
School starts tomorrow. First ball game, August 22nd. Now, first broadcast ball game is August 22nd. Now, that's an away game in Carlsbad. So, will you guys be broadcasting that on KSVP?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I didn't ever know, away versus here. But next week is is that correct? Not this Friday, but the next Friday is the opening scrimmage. So we encourage people to come out to that. help the quarterback club out by buying a hamburger for $5. I've cooked those hamburgers before. It's a lot of work, but they're really good hamburgers.
Yeah.
You know, for cooking in mass, man, it comes out good hamburger. You get a meal, hang out at the scrimmage. You guys are going to be tooling up during that, trying to get feel your way through and get ready for the season. But your busy season's upon you, my friend.
Oh yeah, and the scrimmage will be really nice to any adjustments be made. Like actually yesterday, I was down at the admin building.
Yeah.
And for anyone who was there for graduation, problems with the PA.
Yeah.
The new one is installed.
Okay.
And amazing. You know,
at the bowl?
At the bowl.
Okay, so new PA system.
New PA.
So we'll all hear Danny a little clearer.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's.
Is it quite as cool as the lights? Because that was the addition last year, and dude, those were pretty amazing. I mean, that was like next level stuff.
Yeah. I think we need to. We'll find out.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure the lights can go with.
Yeah.
The sound. And so with this new PA, well, I was at the admin building and I could hear clearly.
Yeah.
There was no distortion. I could hear
crystal.
Perfectly. Yeah.
That's awesome.
And it was loud. So I was excited.
Yeah.
And I was actually looking to talk to Danny. And whenever I went in and he, first day, they're difficult to find someone. And then when I went back in the afternoon, I could hear the PA system still being going. I'm like, no, Danny's over there playing.
Danny, he's working hard.
Yeah, he is inspecting the new equipment that he'll be using this year. And
so all of our football games broadcasted live on KSVPTV.com.
Correct.
All throughout the season. So if you can't make it to a game, which we say go out if you can, but if you can't, you can watch it there. And if you've got family and friends that are abroad and not here, let them know about KSVPTV.com. Yeah. Watch it. I tell the story over and over again, but I was watching Artesia High School football in my room in the middle of Afghanistan, watching the games. And Okinawa, Afghanistan, Iraq. I've watched. KSVP TV has been an amazing godsend for those of us far away, but. So that's awesome. Now, broadcast on the radio, will every game be broadcast on the radio as well?
Oh, yes.
So you can listen to
radio
the radio
no matter what. Yeah. Video, regular season, yes.
Yes.
Playoffs.
Yeah. We got to deal with the state on that. Yeah.
NFHS, you have to...
Yeah. we won't go down that road until playoff time. We'll hold all of our complaints about that till playoffs.
So speaking of lawnmowers, I got this new chipper back.
Yeah, exactly. So that's exciting. So then don't forget, of course, see what other fall sports we got. Volleyball coming up, and so we'll be broadcasting.
We've got volleyball, and we'll try to get some soccer games. And we try to do every sport. We can't do every game for every sport.
There's only a few of us here.
Yeah. Speaking of which, if anyone would like to be part of the video production crew, let me know.
There you go. So, but that's exciting. I'm glad to know we've got all of that going on. We're going to be stepping into that season, and the schools will start coming back in here pretty soon. And
yes.
Or have they already started? Did they start this week or no? Next week they'll start coming in, I think, telling us what's going on and keeping track of that. And he goes to his phone and my brain freezes. I wasn't even looking at my phone.
Yes, tomorrow is when Artesia Public Schools comes back for their weekly interviews, and tomorrow will be our superintendent, Darian Harmio.
All right, Miss Harmio is going to come in and talk about the school year.
Yeah. She begins and ends the year.
Yeah. And it seems like it was just yesterday she was in here.
Yeah, it was.
It's so weird. I guess I understand it. I don't know. I really don't. I don't understand it. It's like, give summer back. Make summer great again. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I was talking to someone last week, or maybe yesterday. At least she said that Lovington started a week and a half ago.
Yeah.
And my father, when I was saying something, he said, it's illegal to start school before Labor Day in Virginia.
Is it really?
That is when school starts, is the day after Labor Day, and you can't.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, whoa.
Yeah, Labor Day to Memorial Day.
And in Texas, where I started school, they're the same way.
Yeah.
And since my birthday is the 12th of September, I was born a few days after. So I had to start school that year.
Yeah.
Whereas then, so when I moved here, I'm the oldest kid in my class.
Oh, there you go.
And it was just like, well, no, I wasn't.
They're like, oh, poor Jeffrey. He's slow.
Yeah. Well, no, that's what people are like. How are you held back? When were you held back? Because you're in all the honors. I'm like, no. I started school in Texas, and I tell you what.
Yeah. Whereas my poor daughter's different because California, they allowed her to start early, so she finishes school like a year ahead of all of her peers, so. But, excited for the football season this year. I think it's going to be good. We've got 6 home games this year, so that's good. So a lot of action here in the town, and
then who is, I believe,
we'll shut down Artesia at 6 o'clock.
And Santa Teresa is coming here this year.
Okay.
The last 2 years we have gone there to play.
Yeah.
And in 2 years we played one entire game.
Oh.
Because 2 years ago it was 50-something to nothing at halftime.
Yeah.
Next year went back, played until halftime. And so we got one full game in 2 years.
There you go. Well, they'll be here this year.
This time we don't have to make that long drive to play half a game.
Yeah, play half a game. That is a long drive up there. Yeah.
It is.
So.
But it's, and not only sports. We've got, I'm sure, another great year with BPA. I know Miss Humble has done a great job with Business Professionals America with the kids.
Okay.
Great job. And also then seeing all the progress and usefulness of the CTE building.
Yeah.
That a lot of that equipment still new, and some learning curve.
Did they open that up last year and have classes in the that they basically got their own little broadcast studio and stuff built in there, like they TV station. I think they can do everything in that little building. Yeah, I saw the pictures of it. I haven't got to go see it in person yet. But that thing's really cool.
All I could think was, if there would have been something like this when I was in school.
Yeah.
I had to learn all my video stuff working for the football team.
Okay.
Doing all the defensive scouting and video editing.
Right.
And if we would have had this,
it
would have been all. But the kids now get to do it, get to use it, and hopefully we'll get some kids from that program again to help us out. And
that'd be really, really good. So excited about that. I was trying to think of anything else we need to let people know about that's coming up. Just make sure everybody's tuning into that and sharing that and watching all of our games and stuff. So
it's all over. It's like my favorite story is when a mother thanked me for what we do because her son was hunting in Wyoming.
Yeah.
And he was able to make his entire hunting group climb up to the top of a mountain so that he could watch his little brother play football.
Watch his little brother play football. That's it's a really neat service that the station puts on, and we're quite proud of it. And I think it's a pretty neat aspect of Artesia.
Yeah. Now, if you are here in town and able to make it to the game,
go to the game.
Go to the game.
You can't beat it. I mean, and it just keeps getting better and better every year. It's to the point. Like the whole football game's a production at this point. The timing, the lights, the whole 9 yards. I'm not sure who's behind all that and running all that, but they're doing a phenomenal job of it as well. So
yeah, it's a wonderful thing.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming in and letting us know what's going to happen on that. We'll go ahead and go to a commercial break, and I guess we got to do the weather and a commercial break, and then we'll come back with Aaron Irving. If we can make, if you guys don't kick me off Zoom again this week.
Well, that was not us.
All right. Looking at me over his glasses. All right. Let's hear from our sponsors.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Pretty hot over the next couple of days. High pressure is parked over northeastern New Mexico, and that'll hang around for a while. We're headed for about 100 to 105 for the afternoon high today, and we get sunshine. It'll be clear overnight. We'll cool off to about 70, and then around 105 for the afternoon high on Wednesday and Thursday. We get sunshine both days. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Sometimes that dog barking is an Artesia Bulldog preparing for victory. Most of the time, however, it's probably just the family pet asking for attention. Artesia Animal Clinic provides a full range of services for just about any size pet or animal. Our new clinic has been expanded to provide better quality of care, including an in-house laboratory, radiology, surgery, herd health, and more. So the next time your pet looks like they could use some extra care, come by Artesia Animal Clinic in our newly remodeled and expanded facility at 110 West Mahone Drive.
Looking to start, continue, or complete your higher education journey? Join the more than 5,700 current Greyhounds on their journey to student success. Eastern New Mexico University offers the most affordable higher education degree in the Southwest, and New Mexico residents can go to school tuition-free with the New Mexico Opportunity Scholarship. With online or in-person degrees, ENMU is the right choice for you. For more information, visit enmu.edu. ENMU, student success, that's what we're about.
Artesia Clean and Beautiful is pleased to announce that the traveling dumpsters are back. July 25th through August 10th, they will be sitting at Harvest Fellowship. Now is the time to clean up that garage, storage, or yard. Trash your trash with Artesia Clean and Beautiful. No hazardous waste or tires. Call 575-513-0143 for more information. This message is brought to you by H.F. Sinclair Navajo Refining.
Dreaming of your perfect home? Ramona and Roger Kilpatrick at RE/MAX Axiom invite you to discover the joy of making that dream come true. As agents deeply rooted in Artesia and the surrounding area, they bring years of combined experience and a true passion for real estate. Whether you're buying or selling, Ramona and Roger's friendly and approachable nature ensures you feel right at home, making every step of the process enjoyable. Visit RE/MAXNMAxiom.com to see the latest listings or stop by their office in Artesia at 402 West Main, Suites D and E. RE/MAX Axiom, where your dream home becomes reality.
All right, welcome back, Artesia. Hey, we're joined on Zoom by Mr. Aaron Irving. Aaron, how are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing well. How about you?
Good. I was listening to the song just before. It's like we barely made enough money to survive. That's like a great intro. You're here to help people make more than they need to survive.
Right.
Awesome, brother. Well, glad to talk to you again, man. Well, give us a good joke. Let's start it off on a funny note.
Okay, all right. A friend of mine gets a big raise every year. His secret? Always negotiate on a rainy day. Well, I thought it was crazy, and I should have left it at that, but I'm always willing to try something, and I was due for a raise. I waited for a nice rainy day. Not a misty day or a drizzly day, but it had to be full-on rain. Inevitably, that day arrived, and I requested a meeting with my boss. He listened intently while I made my case, and I was somewhat shocked by his response. Yes, he said, that all makes sense. You are due for a raise. But then came the bad news. However, I can't do it today. The conditions aren't right. It wasn't the worst case scenario by a long shot, so maybe there was some truth to my friend's secret. A month later, I tried again. This time it was raining much harder. Some people couldn't even get to work. Again, I requested a meeting with my boss. And again, I'm sorry, but the conditions aren't right. It was getting harder to look on the bright side as part of me wanted to give up on that secret, but I decided to give it one more try. This time it took 2 months, but a day arrived with beautiful weather, hail, and lots of it. There was so much hail that my boss and I were the only people in the office. During our meeting, you could hear the hail hitting the roof, and these had to be the right conditions, right? No. My boss apologized again. You could tell I was angry, but I wasn't angry at him. I was angry at my friend's stupid secret. I went back to my desk and called him. Dude, I said, I tried your secret three times and I never got a raise. It doesn't matter if it's raining or hailing, it doesn't work. Of course it doesn't work for you, my friend said calmly. You're not a meteorologist.
Oh goodness, that's pretty funny. I was like, what is the secret about here?
Go on with this.
it works perfectly for the meteorologist once he gets it right.
Right?
Awesome, man. So why don't you go ahead and give us? So now we're laughing. Now let's see if you make us cry. So
not bad enough to cry.
All right. Well, if you go ahead and give us our report, and then we'll talk after that.
All right. This is Aaron Irving with LPL Financial, member of FINRA and the SIPC, bringing you your mid-morning stock market report for Tuesday, August the 5th. Stocks pulled back this morning on the heels of weaker than expected economic data and new tariff comments from President Trump. The Dow Jones Industrial Average dropped 0.6% along with the S&P 500, while the NASDAQ Composite dropped 0.7%. The indexes took a leg lower after the ISM Services Index flatlined in July and indicated higher inflation and lower employment. Services makes up about 70% of the U.S. economy, so a slowdown in that sector could mean trouble ahead. Stocks were also bogged down by President Trump telling CNBC that tariffs on chips as well as pharmaceuticals were coming soon. We're going to be announcing semiconductors and chips, which is a separate category because we want them made in the United States, Trump said, adding that he'll announce the new plan within the next week or so. The moves follow a winning day on Wall Street that allowed stocks to recover their losses from the prior session. The market tanked on Friday as the latest policy rollout on tariffs and a weak jobs report left investors questioning the health of the economy. All three of the major index ended last week in the red. During today's session, Palantir shares are up 7% as the defense technology company said revenue surpassed $1 billion in the quarter for the first time ever. On the other hand, major industrial name Caterpillar reported an earnings miss, sending their shares lower. Eaton shares dipped 6%, also due to disappointing guidance. Investors today will be watching for more earnings reports with names like Snap, AMD, and Rivian scheduled for reports after today's close. Out of the roughly 370 companies in the S&P 500 that have already reported this season, more than 81% have beaten expectations according to FactSet. Currently, the Dow Jones Industrial Average is 110 points lower at 44,062. The S&P 500 is off by 31 points to 6,298. And the NASDAQ Composite is 115 points lower at 20,937. West Texas Intermediate Crude is down 91 cents a barrel to $65.38. Stocks of local interest, HF Sinclair is down 64 cents a share to $43.14. Walmart is 39 cents higher at $99.98 a share. Duke Energy is up $2 a share to $126.18. And Apple is $1.32 higher at $204.71 a share. This is Aaron Irving with Oakley & Irving Wealth Management, serving business owners and energy industry professionals in the Pecos Valley and beyond. You can find us at oiwealth.com or at our offices in Artesia and Carlsbad. You can call us at 575-887-7075. All indices are unmanaged, may not be invested into directly. Securities are offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA, the SIPC.
All right. Yeah, I wonder sometimes. The reactions of the market on stuff, and I'm sure Jerome Powell's like, "See, I knew this was going to happen. That's why I didn't lower the rates." But the reactions are always seem to be based on how stuff gets spun, because they said the jobs market report wasn't all that good, but actually jobs were still up. It's not like there was a ton of lost jobs. It just wasn't as good as what was expected, apparently.
Yeah, it just gave back some of what it gained when they had the massive increases that they reported that were wrong that kept the Fed from lowering rates. Yeah. So they were having to, the market equalizes itself as new data comes in, it tries to stay on top of it. And
Yeah.
yeah, sometimes initially it will react to the words of, the tilt, the slant of
The slant of the story, yeah.
But usually it sees through it over the course of the day.
Yeah.
So the market's pretty good at reading through those things. Maybe not immediately, but over time it gets it right.
Yeah, it was funny because I heard you talking there. You said Palantir is doing really great, and most people have no clue who Palantir is or why they even exist. So I originally dealt with Palantir back when they were first starting, and a lot of people don't realize what they started out as. They created a software that we utilized to target bad guys in the war, and they took patterns of life, and they utilized those patterns of life of intelligence that was entered. You enter it into the system, and then that thing would predict where these people are going to be and how to find them and everything else. And a lot of people don't realize that. Well, then their technology grows, and that's why your Facebook and everything else now can tell you, like here's an ad for you. Here's that you're a target, and that grew out of what Palantir created for the war.
Oh. Let's hope you don't end up being the target like it was back then.
Well, that's the funny part about it, because we were doing that all based off of gathered intelligence that was being entered. Now you're entering all the intelligence they need into the system yourself. Yes. You're giving them everything. They can find you. That's why if the government wants to find you, they can find you at the drop of a hat anymore. They're going to know your patterns of life and everything else, where you're at, and how to locate you at any given point in the day.
Yeah, pretty much if you use any electronics at all, or are around any electronics at all, or in an area that has cameras.
Well, and the truth is, for right now, you could turn everything off and go try to do some. If it in any way matches the pattern of life that you're in on any given day, they'll find you. So if you're going off the grid, you need to go off the grid. But
traveling internationally, just seeing how quick facial recognition works, coming into the country and going out of the country, they don't look at your passport really anymore. If facial recognition gets you, then you're through.
It's so true. It's in some ways it's scary. Like, oh no, I don't want to be, but I always look at it this way: if you're not doing anything wrong, you're pretty low down on the totem pole of them caring who you are or where you're at. But you're putting all that.
If you have a Biden administration, then I'm less scared of it as I was.
Yeah. But if you're on the radio talking bad things about the government, they might be looking for you. Who knows?
True. Yeah, I'm glad
we may get ourselves in trouble here, buddy.
Glad our governor doesn't have quite the access to these things as our federal government does.
Exactly. That's probably a really, really good thing. So what else is going on in the market that's of interest or the economy right now, I guess, is of interest to people?
Just earnings season is still going. Like it said, 81% of the companies that are reported so far have exceeded their earnings expectations, that's a positive.
That is good. That means people are making money.
Yeah, and from some of the LPL research, they've stated that that's ahead of what they expected on the reports, so that's a good thing. And we'll see how this tariff money coming into our coffers comes in. Hopefully, we start paying some debt down with it and quit finding new ways to spend it. But
that would be amazing, wouldn't it? It'd be nice to be really, really hopeful in the fact that if we could build an economy that's strong on tariffs, maybe we can do away with some of these income taxes, if not all of the income taxes that we have to pay.
I want to get rid of the debt first, because we got to get rid of that. That's
exactly.
What looks like they were talking about the rebating some of that money back. I'm like, that's fine after the debt's gone, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. People need to be patient.
Yeah, if I understand it correctly, and I could be off on it, I don't know that we're actually even paying on any of our debt. We're just paying the interest at this point. It seems like we spend more on the interest on our debt than we do on national defense.
Yes, yes.
And that's problematic, you know.
And with rates where they are right now, that easily made it up there. But
Right, yeah. So if people, you know, we talk about the interest rates, and of course, we're concerned about the interest rates for the housing market and everything else, and trying to regain that. I think that's important, but understanding that those interest rates affect what we're paying on the national debt as well. And so where's our money going? How, where's it all getting sent?
Yeah.
So I think it's a good idea to force the countries we're paying debt to help us pay a little bit of that when they bring their goods into our country. So
I agree. I like it, and I think it can make a big difference over a short amount of time. And we can.
Yeah. And I don't know, a lot of people get hung up. You talked about the earnings reports and stuff, and all these companies are making more money. And a lot of people will balk at that. Well, who cares if they all make money? But the truth is, when these companies make money, they invest it back into their companies. They create new jobs. They create new products. They create wealth.
Yes.
I think so many people think that there's only so much money to go around, and that's a set pool. No, as things are created, wealth is created, and we all get a share of it.
Yeah, if you've got a 401k or an IRA or a 529 plan or any of that, then you should be glad that these companies are making money.
And companies that make money hire more people.
Yes.
If you look around right now, especially most companies have a hard time hiring anybody because they're barely scraping by to pay the bills.
Right.
So people need to think. Just think, people.
Oh yeah, and one thing I watched CNBC had President Trump interviewing him this morning. He missed a good chance. He made a quick statement, but he missed a chance on it. But they were talking about the employment report on Friday, and they said 1.7 million less. There were 1.7 million less illegals employed in our.
Citizen employment is up.
Yeah.
While non-citizen employment is down.
More jobs for Americans, but then he didn't double down on it and say it's good. We got more jobs for Americans.
Exactly. So I think that's just something for people to be looking at and thinking about and paying attention to, I think.
Absolutely.
All right, brother. Well, I appreciate you, man. We'll talk to you again on Thursday, and you have a blessed Tuesday, my friend.
All right, you do the same.
All right, God bless.
God bless you too.
Now for your Pecos Valley news updates, I'm Jared Sorello. If you live in Lincoln County and were affected by severe storms, flooding, and mudslides that began June 23rd, you may be eligible for assistance from FEMA for uninsured losses. If you have already applied for FEMA help, a home inspection may be required to verify damage. The information gathered during the inspection is one of several criteria used by FEMA to determine whether applicants are approved for federal assistance. Within 10 days of submitting the application, a FEMA inspector may contact applicants to schedule an appointment. New Mexico's farmers, ranchers, and food security organizations are facing severe consequences due to federal funding freezes and agency layoffs. Despite court rulings ordering the release of obligated federal funds, critical projects remain stalled. That's leading to layoffs, mounting debt, and halted conservation work ahead of an expected hot and dry season. In fiscal year 24, New Mexico received close to $430 million in federal funding to support food, agriculture, and conservation programs. The federal cuts may force the state to absorb significant additional costs. You're up to date. I'm Jared Sorello.
Waking up on the right side. This is the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
I have been paying very close attention to what I see as a rise in virulent hatred and anti-Semitism. Israel, the only democracy in the region. The level of ignorance is breathtaking to me. But let's start at that point here. The latest argument has been Israel is committing genocide. They're starving the people of Gaza. Over 100 million meals have been served to the people of Gaza. And unfortunately, Hamas, that the Palestinian people put in power, often takes the money for food or the food for themselves and doesn't share it with the people that are in need.
From coast to coast, from sea to shining sea, it's the Sean Hannity Show.
Hey, did you hear that Florida just legalized gold and silver? Yep, my new home state, the free state of Florida, has made it legal to use gold and silver as money. Now, Governor DeSantis explained it all by saying, this is our ability to give you the financial freedom to be able to protect yourself against the declining value of the dollar. This is exactly why I partnered with a top precious metals company myself. If you want to learn more about how gold and silver can help protect your money, if you want to inform yourself, do your due diligence, reach out to my partners at Goldco. They're a great company. I'm a customer. They've helped me out tremendously. Check them out on the web, HannityGold.com, or call, no obligation, 855-815-GOLD. Get their free 2025 gold and silver kit. You'll also learn about their unlimited bonus silver offer. That's 855-815-GOLD or HannityGold.com. That's HannityGold.com.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Pretty hot over the next couple of days. High pressure is parked over northeastern New Mexico, and that'll hang around for a while. We're headed for about 100 to 105 for the afternoon high today, and we get sunshine. It'll be clear overnight. We'll cool off to about 70, and then around 105 for the afternoon high on Wednesday and Thursday. We get sunshine both days. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
All right, welcome back, Artesia. Hey, we're coming into our last segment here. We'll have Nancy Husselman coming in from the Eddy County DWI, and I think she's going to tell us all about the National Night Out, which I was interested to hear what Jessica had to say about it earlier about, its original design, is block parties all around the town, and then the local first responders, primarily our police officers, going around and talking to the city about safety and and getting to know one another. And I think it's an important thing. We've got to know our law enforcement officials. I think it's good for them to be in and of the community and be part of it, so that when we're dealing with problems, a familiar face shows up. Someone you can trust and talk to, and so I think that's a really cool thing. So we'll encourage people to go to that. I don't want to steal her thunder. She'll be in here in just a moment. The parking lot's kind of full out there. I got to tell you guys about what's happening right now. The studio's kind of distracting right now. We've got guys here from a Reliable Tent, and it's awesome. They're taking down all the old curtains, which it really is kind of almost changed the whole view of the room right now. They're taking down the old curtains, and they're going to tent up all the windows, and looks like they're doing a really good job in there, and we appreciate them. And I'm excited to see what it's going to look like with all the new window tint on it. And I don't know if you guys know, the whole studio is about to get a remodel. We're going to be changing up the whole thing. It'll look different here behind me. New systems and all that, new desk, and so that's going to be pretty cool to see what all we've got going on. And I think Jeff's bringing in Nancy right now as we speak, and we'll talk to her about the National Night Out. And they're confusing her right now. I can see it. She's like, what in the world's going on in this place?
There's something going on.
Yeah, this place is just a bevy of activity all the time. So Nancy, how are you, ma'am?
I'm okay.
Other than flustered. Couldn't find a parking space out there either.
Well, parked ways down there.
Yeah, so.
I'm thinking, what is going on here today?
Yeah,
so
exactly.
What's going on?
We're getting a new window tint. It's going to look really cool, I think. Took down all the old curtains. So if you want some new curtains, there's a whole pile of them right there, I think.
I don't think so.
All right. So, Nancy, you come to tell us about National Night Out?
Well, I called the police department and asked them the particulars on it and everything, and they never called me back. So
okay.
it was all news to me.
It was all news to you. Well, it's hosted by the DWI and our police department. So
Yeah.
We just encourage everybody tonight from 6 to 8 p.m. to go out to the Artesia Starbucks parking lot. Basically, it's a big block party. Going to be booze and hot, food and all kinds of stuff, and a dunking booth. I'm guessing the cops are going to be in that.
Did you say that booze was going to be there?
Booths.
Oh, I thought
like
you
booths.
said booze, and I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Wait a
Eddie County
minute.
DWI is providing. No.
I think
Booths.
maybe I need to go back out and come back in again.
Maybe I need to enunciate better. Booths. But how are you today, ma'am?
Well, my refrigerator quit yesterday, so I'm not too, I'm fine.
Man.
It just makes such a mess.
It does, doesn't it?
I walked through the kitchen and I thought my dog had peed in the floor.
It's like, where's all that water from?
So I cleaned it up, and by the time I got back, there was
more
water
of it there.
coming up. So that was an all-day job, but I am doing great.
Good.
I choose to.
There you go.
Yeah,
Praise God.
No matter what happens.
Praise God. He's good. So what do you guys got from the Eddie County DWI this week for us?
Well, I don't have anything from my folks down south, but
okay.
I had called them and asked them, and they had some stuff going on.
Yeah.
So I got this, which is kind of concerning. It's the New Mexico score.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
Are we on the top of a list that we shouldn't be on the top of again?
Well, we are ranked second highest rate in drunk drivers under the age of 21.
Goodness gracious.
Involved in fatal crashes.
Well, that's disconcerting.
There's nothing good about any of this. The land of enchantment stands out as the state of the fourth highest proportions of drunk drivers involved in fatal crashes.
Oh my
fourth
goodness.
Highest.
Well, that's way too high. Making the top of a list we shouldn't be again, and so
it's a kind of as per usual, but it's a terrible, horrible thing.
It is.
And let's see, the state it has the fourth highest rate of people killed in crashes involving a drunk driver, which means that the other person was a driver and they hit somebody, crashed into somebody. So every way you look at this, that's not good news.
No, it's not, and it's really, I think, I use the word disconcerting. That's what I would say is because you take a small state like ours, our population, like the population of our entire state, fits inside of San Diego County in California.
Yes.
And here we are, an entire state, not a ton of people, and yet we have this kind of numbers. We're fourth highest in the nation. On basically drinking and driving fatalities, and so again we'd point to that and go, look, ladies and gentlemen, no reason for it. These are avoidable problems.
Absolutely, and I read that and I just sat there and shook my head, and I read it after I found out my refrigerator died, so I'm just sitting there thinking, I think I might just go back to bed and get up again, and because these numbers are frightening.
They are.
Absolutely frightening. And we're talking mainly about our kids here.
Yeah. Right.
We're killing our kids.
Yeah. And I would put it this way. This is not a problem if we don't give the kids enough to do, or this or that or the other thing. No, this is a moral problem.
It's a moral problem.
This is strictly a moral issue. And if we're not willing to call it that and to point out the immorality of what's happening in that situation, and to set a standard for society and say, look, no, this is the standard of a moral behavior that is expected of you, and teaching it from an early on age.
Right. And do you know where kids get their alcohol?
I know where I got it when I was a kid. That's all I can say.
Parents' refrigerator.
Ah, well.
That's the number one place.
Really?
Yeah. There's wherever they keep their alcohol and stuff.
Yeah.
And I remember my son telling me that you're never supposed to trust a kid.
Did he tell you that when he was a kid?
Yeah, he was 16.
Yeah.
And I said,
pretty bright.
He just told me, he says, don't ever trust a kid.
Yeah.
Because they're going to do he was talking about, well, we were talking about something that he had done.
Yeah.
But he was saying sometimes our brains just don't go where they're supposed to go.
Well,
when we see something, we want it, we go and get it, and the same with alcohol.
Yeah.
It's right there, it's available, and then you have Uncle Sam coming along, he provides for them and all this without, and I'm thinking, wait a minute, we're adults.
Right.
Let's start acting like it.
Well, so, excuse me, it goes to a principle that I learned in leadership within the Marine Corps is trust but verify, right?
Absolutely.
You can place trust in someone and still understand that you as the leader in the household or wherever it might be, you still have the responsibility to verify that they're actually doing the right thing, and then apply corrective action when they're not. And make the consequences real. Make the consequences severe. Make the consequences costly. In the home or as a kid, because if you don't, then the government is going to make it costly. They're going to make it cost, and it's going to cost someone their life. It's going to cost you a future. It's going to cost all these things. And I've said it here before, and you've agreed with me, is that there's never. No one's ever succeeded in life because they spent a bunch of weekends drunk doing stupid stuff.
No.
It's not the path to success in life whatsoever.
And some people don't grow out of that, unfortunately.
No, they don't. And, of course, I always point to it in this manner is I've heard it all my life. Well, kids are going to do what kids do. No, not if you teach them and train them.
Absolutely.
And discipline them properly.
Have you taken the time to really talk to your kids about alcohol consumption, the fact that their little brains don't even quit growing until they're 24 years old, so alcohol goes straight to the brain? What are you doing to their brains?
Right.
You've got them up this high. They're juniors in high school, say.
Yep.
You've worked that hard to get them there.
Yeah.
Don't stop.
No.
Don't stop.
Yeah.
You might have spanked your child because he going to touch a hot stove.
Yeah.
Why don't you do the same thing with alcohol?
Yeah.
It's the same
make the
difference.
consequences in your
Absolutely.
household. And I think, of course, I think there's also a point, too, is teaching the fact that there is such a thing as drinking responsibility once once you're in that stage of life where that is a thing that you can do. But drinking and driving is nowhere within the realm of it being a responsible thing to do. So.
No, not even a little bit. No, and I was going to bring my new cap in to show you. But
you got a new cap?
Yes.
Okay.
My son made me one. It says don't drink and drive.
Yeah.
And I was going to bring it and wear it, and I just.
For those of you who don't know, her son makes some amazing stuff.
Yes, he absolutely does. Dirty D's is what they're.
What is it?
Dirty D's, because he
D's,
makes
that's
such a
right.
mess with his woodwork. That's how that all
he
came
makes
about.
some amazing stuff.
Yes, he does.
I always get a kick out of seeing his creations and stuff. So.
And he seems to be really challenged. Like if you want something really different, that challenges him.
Yeah, he loves
enjoys doing that kind of stuff. So, anyway, that's an advertisement for them.
Yeah, there you go. Sorry, boss, throwing some free advertisements in there, but So back to that deal. So we're what I'll also say to that, it says we're fourth in the nation for doing this and that. The solution to that problem is most assuredly not the government.
No.
Right? Hey, the government's not going to solve this.
And it shouldn't be.
Eddy County DWI as an organization is not going to solve this.
No,
this
that's a home thing.
This is a home thing. This is an individual thing.
Yes.
And I think it can be looked at as a community thing as well. Is making sure it's understood within the community that this is the expected behavior out of your household.
Yes.
And your whole household will be held accountable for the actions of the members of it. And I believe that it's important for us to rebuild a societal understanding of a collective morality that is of course, based in a Christian standard. And this is one of those things. There's no reason for this.
There's no reason for it. And as we know, there's signs all over the place with people's faces on them that have been killed by a drunk driver. Stop and look at how many of those are kids.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And that's heartbreaking. And there are kids. There are Eddy County kids and grown-ups that some kid has killed or something that it's not worth it.
And that's an aspect of it I think a lot of people might overlook as well is, yes, you do have to look at it from the prospect you don't want to lose your own child to this.
No.
Right? But at the same time, you don't want your child to have to go through life knowing they killed someone.
Absolutely not.
Because there's a whole level of effect on a human being's life once they've taken another life, whether negligently or purposely.
Yes.
And you have to ponder that. And so when we say, enact strict punishment within your household for these minor infractions, so the first time you catch a kid drinking, the punishment needs to be intense and severe from the get-go so that they understand that down the line they can't continue to escalate to the point where they're taking someone else's life because of their own negligence.
And two, take the time to talk to them before they take that first drink.
Yeah.
Take the time to have a locked cabinet.
Yeah.
Instead of just putting it in the refrigerator. That's where the kids usually get it. It's right out of their own mom and dad's refrigerator. So do something different.
Trust but verify.
Trust but verify. Absolutely, because you want to wake up tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. And everybody wants their children to wake up tomorrow and their loved ones to wake up tomorrow.
And not the thought of even having to go to the mortuary.
Yeah.
And that's your child.
Right.
Or your mom or your dad that someone else might have killed.
Yeah.
It's not worth it.
Yeah, so it is disappointing to hear that here we are once again. And I would love to see, I need to look for that report and see if it breaks it down at a more micro level. Does it go by county? Does it give reports by county and stuff like that? I don't know. It'd be interesting to see where we as a, because obviously we can only affect what's immediately in front of us, our city, our county. It'd be nice to know that Eddy County is at zero. Right?
It would be nice to pick up a piece of paper and says no DWIs this month.
Yeah.
That says something, but instead we have 10, 11, 12.
Yeah.
And that's too many.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound like a big number, but it's too many when you think that could have been 10, 11, 12, 15 people's lives.
Yeah.
Not only the driver possibly, and then of course we have to consider the astronomical amount of people that are injured in these crashes.
Yeah, maybe no one dies, but maybe their life's changed. They're paralyzed. They're loss of function. Anything that can happen to them that changes the course of their life forever.
And the last time I checked on that, the cost of people being injured is in the billions and trillions of dollars.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That did not have to happen.
No, it's not only loss of life, but loss of wealth, loss of financial stability, and those kind of things happen. They happen to you as a kid. You understand that it's going on to the rest of your life.
It's a lifelong thing. This morning,
go get a DWI as a kid, or as a late teen or whatever. And then think you're going to go truck drive for the oil fields later in life. Probably not happen, So it could cost you a lifetime of income because of that.
This morning I get up and my eye that I lost in a drunk driving accident, crash, it's got an eyelash sticking in it. And I can't do anything about it until my daughter gets up to pull it out.
Oh, goodness.
Do you think I enjoy having my eyelashes pulled out every week?
Yeah.
No, I don't. But it's a lifelong reminder of what I'm fighting for.
Of the cost, yeah.
Yeah, so the cost and that, I don't like to compare injury to injury.
No.
But it's a thing that all of these other people, these millions of other people are going through.
Yeah.
Because of alcohol, because of drinking. Enough's enough, people.
Right, it is.
I feel like I'm on a warpath this morning for some reason.
You get around me, it's pretty easy to get on a warpath, you know. I carry a soapbox in my back left pocket, you know, and I stand on it whenever I can. So, and this is definitely one of the things I feel very passionate about. Of course, I haven't had it affect me or my family in any way, shape, or form, but you know, having led Marines for decades, I saw it constantly there, you know, just young people, they just didn't have that correct mindset of understanding that the temporary enjoyment of what they were doing might have lifelong consequences. So,
and many times it does.
Yeah. And so, well, thank you, Nancy.
Are we done?
I just realized I was like, oh no, I'm up on time. So, well, thank you for coming in, ma'am. I appreciate it, and God bless you. And
I'm going to go to Carlsbad and get her new refrigerator. And somebody told me to really watch out for sticker shock. So.
There you go. Okay.
I'm thinking, oh no, how much do those things cost these days?
All right. God bless, and thank you, Artesia, for tuning in. And we'll talk to you on Thursday.
Hey Roswell, celebrate freedom. Celebrate huge savings with 0 down payment, 0% APR, and 0 payments for 90 days during the 000 sales event at Roswell Ford. Your friends at Roswell Ford make upgrading to a new Ford or quality pre-owned vehicle for less super fun, super fast, and super easy. So if you're making payments on your current vehicle and want out early, Roswell Ford will do whatever it takes to free you from your trade, even if you owe thousands more than it's worth. Right now, trade and upgrade to a new Ford for less with 0 down, 0% APR, and 0 payments for 90 days. Worried about your credit? Don't sweat it. Our aggressive lenders will push to approve your credit, even if it's less than perfect. Celebrate huge American-made savings and more for your trade during the 000 sales event at Roswell Ford. Get on board at Roswell Ford, because we'll do whatever it takes to make a deal. 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell. Call 575-623-3673 or online at roswellford.com. 0 APR for 48 months is $20.83 per thousand finance. Interest accrues from data sales. Subject to lender approval on select vehicles. Offers not combined.
It's a great time to buy a Kubota. From America's #1 selling compact tractor to zero-turn mowers and versatile RTVs. Get your perfect match delivered to your door. Now through June 30th. Get 0 down, 0% APR for 84 months, or up to $3,000 off an L3302 compact Kubota tractor. Now through 6/30/2025. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for more information. Visit Amigo Machinery in Roswell or see us online at amigo-machinery.com.
Summer vacation is here, but just because you're on vacation doesn't mean your teeth should be. Protect your teeth this summer with a few summer tooth tips. First, drink lots of water. Believe it or not, most